Neil Rogers.
Yeah.
And, hi, Neil. Hank's got to put on his headsets. He's playing...
you might as well do something. You haven't let him say squat all morning long.
He's working.
Been working.
Doing what?
Writing his scripts and breaking down the lines and getting ready for this weekend's games.
Right.
Well, somebody's going to do the tough job.
You see, some of us, we just continue plodding along. We don't let some little candy-ass hurricane screw our life up.
Well, I've got...
Especially those of us who are far away.
I have responsibilities.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you got your priorities straightened out. Yep. Let parents do a little work for a change.
Yeah, I'm not real good at just reading the names of, open restaurants and stuff.
Right.
I'm very good at finding them.
What the hell would you know about this stuff?
I'm very good at finding them.
Yeah, yeah, especially that pizza joint. Sounded pretty good.
It's very good.
Is it?
Yep, I've been there.
What is it called?
What's the name of it? I forgot.
What's that?
The pizza place that's open.
Doughboy's Pizzeria.
I think they used to advertise with us a long time ago.
Really? That doesn't ring any bells with me. Well, I don't know. I got my power. My phones are working, and my internet's just fine. And everything seems to be great right here. It's a little cloudy, a little drippy out there.
If you're going to gloat for the next 4 hours, I don't think that's a good idea.
That would be a low blow. I'm not going to do anything like that.
You can't imagine.
There's no reason not to be there, I'll tell you that.
You cannot imagine. You know what? It's a good reason to think about getting out of here.
Yeah, that's my message today.
I said that to you the other day.
I've been telling people that for years. Get out before it's too late.
Well, it's just, one hit after another. And it's getting to the point where it's become a very tough place to live.
Just some of these people just get through putting the place back together from Katrina, and then like the people on the West Coast with Charlie last year over there. Now the people are rebuilt these expensive homes, and guess what? Surprise!
Yeah,
this is what happens when you're in a tropical swamp. Not a good idea. And then upstate New York has got, and the New England has got snow. And a nor'easter?
Well, New Jersey had bad weather, too. They had floods down the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, northeasters are getting wild. One thing I've discovered here, though, when you're north of Lake Ontario, for whatever reason, and boy, I'm kissing the ground right now, but when you're just north of all of that, 99% of it you miss.
Well, I'm out of here tomorrow.
Really?
Well, I have to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma for a television show on Friday.
For what?
I'm doing a Breeders' Cup preview show, and their studio is in Tulsa. So I'm going there tomorrow, and from there I'm heading west.
Not to Las Wages.
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, wait a minute. Don't tell me you're on another vacation.
No, I'm going to work.
You're just going to be doing your show from Vegas. I think you ought to listen. This should be the lesson to you, the message. Have them set you up with a nice studio. I'm sure that one of the casinos for the publicity would love to.
The Clampetts own a station out there. They own two stations out there.
You could do it right from there, or even better than that, have one of the casinos like the MGM or something like that.
Oh, Caesars has already said they'd do it.
Caesars would be perfect.
In fact, they're putting me up. So
a little plug there from the Humper for Caesars. That's good.
Hey, I'm gone, man. I first of all, I have too much work to do to be sitting here without television, without cable, without newspapers.
More on Rosa Parks' life and legacy.
There's CNN. I got my TV. Got my internet.
We have TV here at the station.
Yeah, I was out at Woodbine yesterday morning while they were all having a nerve. I knew people were all getting blown off the face of the map. I was having a good time.
You know, this was not supposed to be a severe storm when it got to us, and yet it has been.
Who said that? Thank goodness I didn't get sucked into that. I said
they kept saying it was going to be Category 1 when it got here.
Well,
I don't know what category it was.
It was like a 3. Katrina was a Category 1 and left a lot of damage, especially in Dade.
But this was so widespread.
This business about what category it is, that's marginal in terms of whether you should be prepared or not.
Right.
In addition to which they were only guessing anyway. They didn't know. This was like a mystery storm. But the only thing they had right was the track from Naples on up to the northeast across the state.
Well, it smacked us real good, Neil. I mean, you should see what's going on here. There's trees down everywhere.
Yeah. I asked George and Josh Cordes. I said, well, is it like back in Andrew when the traffic lights are all out and people are doing the four-way stop? And they said, what traffic lights? Most of them are
99.5% of the traffic lights are not functioning in this town.
Or gone. They're just not there
gone,
no more.
yeah.
Well, I just haul ass right through there. Four-way stop or $198 a ticket.
Yeah. Watch that vet go through.
I've seen the way these people do the four-way stop, you know. Well, the way it works
they're at all the main intersections, the police are out.
Well, they better be, because the way it works in South Florida is that somebody stops and then about 4 cars, as soon as the first one goes, then about 3 or 4 behind them go too. Oh, time to go now? Okay. Not good. One at a time, okay? A little bit more orderly, please. So I guess the only people we're talking to are the people in their cars, right?
Or transistors, yeah.
Or the ones who listened to me also last week went out and got their transistor sister. See, I had Josh put the all the information on our website, but I guess I wasn't thinking clearly because if people have no power, then they don't have any internet, so that was kind of stupid. But at least the people in the rest of the country can see where they can about boiling the water and about where they can get gas and food and ice and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I'll look at that with interest when I am in another part of the country.
Yeah, well, don't rub it in, but Hank's getting out. I'm already out.
I'm just waiting for the airport to open.
Yeah. Well, what's the story?
And you know, the other thing is, Neil.
What is the story about that?
Well, today they're closed for today for sure.
Miami.
Both airports. I don't know about
Fort Lauderdale
Miami.
said that they're going to be evaluating.
Fort Lauderdale's closed, I think, the rest of the day.
They are?
Yeah, that was the information we had.
Information?
Josh had that earlier, and I saw it on a crawl on Channel 7. 3 major airports
are all closed.
Yeah.
For the rest of the day?
Yeah, for Tuesday. So otherwise, but I'm hoping that they're going to be open tomorrow. And the other thing is that they closed down I-95 last night because they have a curfew.
Yeah.
So you're marooned here. I mean, you can't get out by any kind of transportation. You're stuck.
So you're flying out when tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow as soon as the show's over.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. The sun is shining, and it's nice and mild and low 70s and the best weather of the year. It's just almost worth waiting for.
Oh, the weather is fantastic. And, the one break that we got is that it's cool enough that people can open the windows and get some air.
Right. Too bad there are no windows in our studio. That's why George and Josh have to go in there to do our show today.
Yeah.
Because they said about 180 degrees in there. It's the old shake and bake.
Yeah. Well, George he's got a big fan with him, which is something that the Beast and Clarence didn't think of.
A big fan? Who's that, Greg?
Yeah, Greg is standing in the corner going the whole show.
George's biggest fan. Yeah, he blows. Yeah. Hey, Greg.
You fairy.
Anyway. Well, listen, have a safe trip. Well,
thank you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Are you going to be on in the morning, or is Josh going to be babysitting your show tomorrow? I don't know what was going on there this morning.
Well, first of all, I have no alarm.
You kept saying you were there.
Well, I couldn't get up this morning without an alarm. And my cell phone was not... See, the cell phones don't work down here either.
Right.
So
how about your phone? Is your phone out?
My phone's working at home, but it doesn't ring. I can call out.
I see.
Because there's no power.
But what does that mean, there's no power?
There's no electricity.
Calling out?
I don't know, but I can call out, but the phone doesn't ring. And my cell phone doesn't. My cell phone rings and then it cuts right out.
That's always a good excuse, I'd have gotten up and come in, but my phone isn't ringing.
I woke up at 7 o'clock and came in.
Right.
But I told Josh that last night. I was in communication with him, and I said, if you want me, call me, and I call the cell phone number because it'll ring.
What does that have to do with the fact that after you got there, you still weren't saying anything?
I said some things.
You got important work to do. I forgot.
Yep.
Well, we're just going to do the best to do our regular show, interspersing a little information in it, because I don't want to... This business of getting all maudlin and depressing, especially when we don't really have a news department. I remember back during Andrew at IOD, when we had, like, Chuck Meyer and
Gretchen.
Jennifer Ramin, Gretchen, and all these other people, Henry Barrow, real news people.
You had Gretchen and Kvetchen.
Right. There was a lot of Kvetchen there, especially from your friend Boy Gary. But anyway... we really covered that thing like a blanket. But here we don't, unless it has to do with a ball game, we don't really know too much. So basically I'm getting stuff off the internet, out of the newspaper, and whatever they... and, of course, they can't fax me anything either because the fax lines don't work.
Right, and we can't even get a newspaper.
Really?
There's no place to get one.
So in other words, if I do read this stuff out of the newspapers, I'll be doing a service today.
Yes, you will.
Just reading the newspaper and taking a lot of crap for that.
That's correct.
From certain subjects. Now, what time did we start doing programming yesterday? Because I heard Mad Dog. I came in yesterday afternoon. I thought, well,
that's when.
So he started at 4?
Yeah.
Well, that was a good idea because that thing blew out of there by noon. It was already...
it was a little later than that. But...
Well, maybe 1 o'clock. It was already over the ocean.
It was in my backyard at 1 o'clock.
Was it really?
Oh,
so now how about damage by you? Did you get much...
oh, yeah. Terrible.
Really?
Yeah, trees. There are no more trees. And I live on a little island. We couldn't get on or off until 5 o'clock yesterday. There was a big tree blocking.
Now, back during Andrew, wasn't it during Andrew that all those big royal palms at Hialeah got uprooted and pulled out of the ground?
Right.
Wow. Just stop and think about that. Think about how deep in the ground the roots of those things are. The trees that have been there for like 100 years.
But it's... it's terrible here.
Well, I'm looking at there's that dog face, Bonnie Schneider on CNN, and she's showing all this massive stuff, and it just Just south of where I'm sitting right now. It's just over Lake Ontario and then all of New York State and Philly and Jersey and New England. Man, heavy-duty rains. And then the reason being that other, what was the name of that other thing, that tropical storm that was brewing out there over the Bahamas?
Alpha.
Alpha, yeah, the Greek one. And not over the Atlantic. And that kind of merged with Wilma when Wilma got offshore, and the two of them merged together, and then they ran into this cold front from up
here. They're traveling at 60 miles an hour.
Ground delay in Philly Airport in San Francisco. They had a bomb threat in Long Beach, California Airport, so they got delays out there. This is kind of a good day to stay home and just, call your bookie and plunge your guts out.
Wow, Long Beach is a nice airport.
Well, it's not so nice to be there now, I guess, because you're sitting on your ass. Closed from a bomb threat. You know, all you people that call in and phone in bomb threats, be a little more considerate and do it on days when there's less other crap going on. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Have a little bit of consideration. Have a little, as the Chinese say, a little rachmanis for those travelers out there that are going through all this hell. Traveling at best is a nightmare these days, so compounding it with all these horrible delays and closings and stuff. So you're positive that Fort Lauderdale Airport is closed the rest of today?
That's what's on the crawl on Channel 7.
Yeah. They're crawling on it?
It says it.
What was that? Are you sneezing?
I just coughed. I don't have a cough button wearing. Oh, here it is. There it is.
Do not go to that Doughboy's Pizza. Don't go there, please.
Why not?
Because it sounds to me like one more cough and that's the end of the humper.
I haven't been there in a couple of years.
Well, don't make today the day you do it. Just make
Hey, it's open for business.
Don't.
You know what? It's not like you have a lot of choices.
Oh, that's right. You have no food in the refrigerator.
I do. I have a half a sandwich left.
Well, I'd rush home and get it right now because it'll spurl on you.
Yeah.
Anybody that's got food in the refrigerator, it's a good day to pig out because it's just going to ruin the spoil anyway. So just, when in doubt, get it all on there and before it starts getting botulism and stuff on it.
Anyway, what it said on Channel 7 was all three major airports were closed.
Yeah. No, but that doesn't mean the rest of the day. I think that may have been some misinformation.
Hold on. What did it say?
It said for today, for Tuesday, all day.
Are you positive?
That's what everyone is saying.
Two of us saw that.
All the websites, all the TV stations, everybody's saying the same thing.
No, not all the websites are saying that because I had an article that said that Miami was closed and probably for the rest of the day, but that Fort Lauderdale was.
Maybe the news hasn't hit Toronto yet.
I beg your pardon?
Maybe the news hasn't hit Toronto yet.
Yeah, that's right. The internet doesn't work too well. It takes a couple of days before it gets up here. I forgot about that.
You're on delay.
Yeah. And you know something? I'm pleased to say it. Well, listen, have a safe trip whenever they start flying. I'll talk to you in the morning.
All right, Neil. Have a good day.
In between Clarence and the Beast, I'll talk to you tomorrow morning.
All right.
See ya.
I was working in the stem cell research lab. With new cells in a dead fetus, I thought I'd give it a stab. There's miraculous cures for the world to behold, all right there in my George Petrie bowl. I do stem cell research. I'll find a cure for the squirt. Paralysis, cancer, or worse. With my stem cell research, for retards this would be good. I can install a new brain in bush. If you bring me Rita Crosby, I can make her understood. Sonny Brown back gave my phone a ring. Seems he's confused about this stem cell thing. He asked me before he puts a stop to all this.
Is there anything you can do about my limp wrist?
Rick Santorum said stop this sin and asked for a dead fetus. I said, well, if you insist. He drove it home to show his kids. It made them peppers and umbilical cord sandwiches. I do stem cell research. No more boo-boos will hurt. It's either me or the church. I do stem cell research. Rita Crosby. Sit still, dear. This won't hurt a bit. Hey, thanks, Bob. I'm a man again.
Yeah, it says here, Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport is closed and will remain closed. That's what it says right here, okay? So if anybody's planning on flying into Fort Lauderdale today, I would say forget about it. How do you like that? Anybody there? See, I can't hear you guys now for some strange reason. I have no idea why.
Well, it's because I can't turn my own mic on.
Oh.
So I'm at the mercy of Josh, who's never really worked that room except
well, that's okay. Very informal day today, all right? Very informal, just to do the best we can. We actually have... The reason these guys have to be in the sports studio, which is kind of uncomfortable for us, we don't want to be associated with that.
Oh, let me explain how uncomfortable it is.
But nevertheless, Because we have no dots, we can't take any calls in our studio. And actually, we want to get some of those really great calls on here today. People who can let us know what's going on by them and if they're still alive. You know? It would be a shame if some of those chronics got killed during the hurricane yesterday.
Yeah, that would be tragic. You know, I don't know why, like, bees kept shushing people in the hall because we have all the doors open in here. I kind of like the background ambiance of chaos going on in the hallway.
It was great when I heard Hank coughing there after the end of our crossover, but I was a little bit nervous for him because the last thing he needs before taking off for Tulsa is another P-valve suspension. Well, I'm not going to rub it in. He's wrong about that. That would be a terrible thing. In fact, I'll lie to you and say, I wish I could have been there to be through that yesterday, but that would be a bad lie. Just another good reason not to be there. Okay, now let's play it by ear. Let's do a little break. It's 10:14, huh?
Yeah, let's do a little break.
I have no log because they couldn't fax me the log or anything. In fact, you people with the transistor sisters, you ought to count your blessings. And I'll read. And what we're going to do, since Hank told me that no place to buy a newspaper because no place, the transportation problem, no place got electric, et cetera, and so on. I think what I'll do is I'll read both the Sun Sentinel and the Herald and maybe even the Palm Beach Post from cover to cover.
Oh, good. This is Neil Rogers.
And then the phone book.
This is 560 AM.
I fucking blow.
560 WQAM, your sport hole-minded station, presents The Neil Rogers Show. Neil won't be in again today, so that we may provide you with more titillating entertainment, well-suited for this area and the management's state of mind. Live from the white side of the Grove, it's Miami Hurricane Girls Dodgeball.
All right.
Well, what better to have on during the aftermath of a hurricane than Hurricane Dodgeball? It's 19 past 10.
Seeds explode. Hey, we're back on.
Are you starting in again?
Hey, I don't know whether...
All days when these people are, like, trying to put their lives back together again, when some of them are probably, like, semi-suicidal, you know? So Josh has put the stories up there on our website, and like I said, I kind of forgot that most of you don't have power. So, well, and look, the people out of town can read it and say, see, well, good thing we're not there.
That's
the
right.
votes we're getting on the poll today, and that poll's going to stay up a couple of days like the one from Friday did. A little bit extra.
Yeah.
Although we do have 212 votes on the poll today. That's nice to see, because almost all of them have to be from out of town.
Oh, this is interesting. This is going to be out of town people, how they feel about something.
Right. That's right. It's excluding the South Florida people who are just pissed off and fired up and disgusted for having to be there. Anyway, here's what the Sun Sentinel, here's the summary of everything that you just survived. And we assume you survived because otherwise you'd be dead and you wouldn't be listening. Hurricane Wilma clobbered the entire southern half of the state yesterday, killing 7 people, causing heavy flooding in the Florida Keys, ripping off roofs from the west coast to the east, blasting out South Florida office high-rise windows, creating one of the largest power outages in Florida history. Residents had you know who really pisses me off? Especially on Key West. There are the Florida counterparts of the Cajuns. Oh, well, we're Cajun. We're staying in New Orleans. And it's the same thing with the, what do they call themselves down there in the Key? We're the...
Fagons.
Yeah, the gay gun. No, there's a name for it.
I don't know.
What do they call themselves?
Conks.
That's it, the Conch Republic. And I think a lot of them suffer from a conch on the head because 90% of the people there didn't evacuate, and they just can kiss the ground that they didn't get killed. You have to be a lunatic, a maniac. At any rate, residents had a week to prepare, but were still left gasping at Wilma's strength and reach, could end up costing $10 billion in damage. More than any of the 4 storms hit the state last year. The hurricane came ashore 22 miles south of Naples as a Cat 3. We're checking to see if Joyce is still alive, but we're certainly hoping not. And buzzed across the state. The 5th Cat 3 or higher to hit Florida in 19 months. In South Florida, what made Wilma unique was her wide wake, closing airports, causing nearly universal power outages and major destruction in Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach counties. Due to the extensive damage, Broward and Dade counties were under curfew until 7 o'clock this morning. So you see, Hank shouldn't have probably been coming to work before 7 anyway. Because we had a curfew.
Yeah, that's true.
I said before, I thought the people would be unpleasantly surprised by the power of the storm, and I think they've been unpleasantly surprised, said Tony Carper, Broward's Emergency Management Director, the strongest hurricane to hit us in decades. Let's see. I don't want to waste my time reading all this other stuff. In Dade County, glass rained down from exploded building facades in the downtown financial district at Brickell Avenue. Luxury condos, bank buildings, businesses were heavily flooded. Miami International was closed. And let me say it again. What the Sun Sentinel is saying, what they're saying, Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International is closed and will remain closed. It doesn't even say for the rest of the, like maybe for the rest of your life. Who the hell knows? But it sure is closed. So anybody planning to bail out or anybody thinking that they're flying back in, didn't look too promising. With electricity out for a record 3.2 million of its customers, FP&L expects to take up to 4 weeks to restore service. Do they do a hell of a job or what?
No.
They are really the absolute... Let's salute our folks.
No.
Let's tip our hat to the folks at FP&L. Up to 4 weeks to restore power to 3.2 million customers, homes, apartments, businesses. The utility that serves 35 counties plans to offer a more precise estimate sometime today when it expects to resume service to the very last customer without power. They're going to tell us today when it is, in other words, when Zager and Evans come back in the year 2525. And aims to provide a county-by-county breakdown perhaps tomorrow and sub-county estimates later in the week, executives said in a conference call late yesterday. Most outages concentrated in South Florida with about 98%. So if you're in your car, kiss the radio. If you got one of those transistor sisters that I told you to get last week, kiss it. Isn't that what Bubba said? Kiss it.
Kiss this.
With about 98% of all subscribers, or 2.5 million customers in the Tri-County area, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, without service late yesterday. That included more than 862,000 customers in Broward, 657,000 in Palm Beach, and almost a million, just shy of a million in Dade County. We ask for patience as we work around the clock, marshaling as many resources as we can, said Geisha Williams. She must be one of the original Geisha girls, you think?
No doubt.
Or is that Geisha?
Gay.
Vice President for Distribution at FP&L. FP&L also asked customers, please do not call the company to report outages, you silly people, tying up their phone lines. If there appears to be an emergency such as a down line that seems to pose an imminent danger, call 911 or call 1-800-4-OUTAGE. 1-800-4-OUTAGE, O-U-T-A-G-E. Wilma knocked power out to more FP&L clients than any single event in the company's history, said President of the FP&L, Armando Oliveira. Let's see, I'll put that in my pile, save that over here. You're saving it?
Oh, yeah.
Have you got the gas stations that are open? And I don't want to, this would be really bad to tell you this, but to show you how selfish George is, he told me before the show that he wasn't going to, when there was one Citgo that must be close
right up the road
to you, and he wasn't going to put the address on the air because he wants to get there first at 2 o'clock before they run out of gas.
There
That's
you go.
Bad.
That is bad.
You still going to do it?
No. I'm going to read everything that I got.
Do it.
Such as it is, this could be a comedy routine, reading Clarence's handwriting, which all looks like doctor's prescriptions.
Hey, hell of a job this morning, by the way, Clarence. You were just, oh, boy. Go ahead.
Oh. Well, I mean, I got all kinds of stuff here, like not just gas stations, but...
Well, no, let's do it orderly, okay? Like in a hospital. Let's do the orderly.
If you could see what I have,
there's
no order to it.
Do the gas stations first.
All right.
Pick and choose.
We
got
that
Doughboy's Pizza is not a gas station, although you might get some bad gas if you eat there, but I hear it's pretty good.
Make up your own mind what county it is that I'm talking
if Hank goes there right now. He's probably on his way. Come on, Fatso, quit eating, quit showing that, and diabetic people shouldn't be eating no pizza. Go ahead.
Mobile Gas, US 1 and 57th Avenue. Doughboy's Pizza. Since you just mentioned it, hey, this is the order that I have here. 829 17th Street Causeway in Miami, around noon, they say. Latin Cafeteria open now, 12th Avenue and West 29th Street in Hialeah.
Now, wait a minute. Latin Cafeteria is a gas station?
Listen, if you could see what I have here.
Okay, you can't walk and chew gum at the same. Just read the list.
I got 5 sheets of paper with
places to get gas, both
various
in your car and
things on them, and there's no order. I wish I could fax them to you. You'd crack up. Home Depot in the Oakwood Plaza is open. Citgo, here we go, whole run of Citgos, enough to go around. Open with gas. 72nd and 87th Avenue, that's 72nd Street. You make up your own county, whatever you want. 72nd Street and 62nd Avenue, 56th Street and 67th Avenue. The Publix at 112th and 137th Avenue is open. Publix in Dadeland is open. South Miami Hospital Cafeteria is open for some of that, Jell-O, good cafeteria food. Goodfellas Restaurant, 186th and 104th Avenue in Cutler Ridge is open. Jumbo's Restaurant, 7501 Northwest 7th Avenue is open. Here's some gas. It doesn't say the name of the gas station, but it's gas. 92nd and Bird Road. I'm going to skip past that one. Publix at 800. Whoa.
What do you mean you're going to skip past that?
All right, Walmart is open at Sample and Turtle Creek. That's the Walmart of Coral Springs. The Publix on 184th and Miramar Parkway, Pembroke Pines is open. Also, the Publix at Sample and 441 in Margate is open. 441 in Hallandale. Citgo, that's the one that I wanted to keep a secret. It's open. Walgreens, Bird and Red.
Citgo where?
I said 441 in Hallandale Beach Boulevard.
Oh, no, you did not.
Well, trust me, I did. What?
Hey, they have no gas.
Oh, they have no gas. See what happens? Anyway, Walgreens at Bird and Red.
Maybe their mini mart is open.
Yay. Okay.
Just the mini.
I bet they don't have any ice either. Bird and Red. The Walgreens at Bird and Red is open, and so is the Walgreens at Bird and East Flagler. Winn-Dixie on 183rd and 57th Avenue is open. The Publix on 186th Street and let's say 67th Avenue, that's what it looks like to me, is open. No ice at Lauderhill Park yet. I don't know why we're reading that.
I got the listing here where people can get
There's also no ice here.
Supplies. I got all of that stuff.
And CSS is selling generators. Call them at 954-410-0809.
410-0809?
Yeah, and that brings us to that's back around to the beginning of what I just read there.
Great. Okay. Also, most of Broward and areas of Palm Beach are under a boil water alert. We'll do all of this stuff from there. Rosa Parks died, by the way. I mean, there is other stuff going on in the world, and I'm sure since people couldn't get newspapers and they got no electric, they can't see the TV. We got TV right here.
The leaks.
There's Mrs. Limbaugh on there. 10 at WQAM.
Grave threat, stability, and security. And our government is doing everything in its power to confront and defeat that threat. We are expanding and strengthening terrorism. These efforts are paying off. We have established the terrorists from the mountains of Central Asia to the deserts of the Middle East and from the Horn of Africa to the Philippines. There is more to do. In the next several months, suicide bombings, beheadings, and other horrific acts can and should be accelerated, and we're working toward that goal. We're doing everything in our power to invite disaster, and by staying focused and determined, we will prevail. Thank you for listening.
You're welcome, man. You're doing a hell of a job. Thank you for those low gas prices. Thanks for all of the global warming that you're helping contribute to with your friends in big business. I would say he is like old Brownie Brown. He's doing a heck of a job. Heck of a guy doing a heck of a job. 26 before 11 o'clock. We got Mo at 2 o'clock this afternoon to illuminate and elucidate. And then Mad Dog at 4. Panther preview at 7. Damn good thing that game is on the road against the Penguins, who haven't won a game yet, by the way, this season. I think they got, instead of Sidney Crosby, I think they got Bing Crosby and Mario Lemieux and all that crowd. Anyway, the Panthers at the Penguins, 7:30, followed by the Ed Kaplan Show. And we'll do our best to, entertain and amuse and inform. We got to inform, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Well, I mean, we can put a little chuckle on somebody's face after this trauma that they went through yesterday. It's worth $1 million, I would say. In fact, just send it in small bills to us. We'll divvy it up. And we'll send a whole bunch to charity, a whole
about $30.
Both Miami International and Fort Lauderdale Hollywood airports closed yesterday after suffering damage from Hurricane Wilma, and Miami officials were skeptical whether they could resume flights today. This is what the Herald is saying, because there seems to be some debate. They're playing it like minute by minute, hour by hour. The roofs of some terminal buildings at MIA were significantly damaged and fencing along the perimeter road was down, said Greg Chin, an airport spokesman. It's not a safe place to be right now, Chin said. We're getting maintenance crews to get the breached parts of the fence fixed as soon as possible, but if need be, to get the airport open as soon as possible, we'll staff people in those breached areas, he said. At Fort Lauderdale, airport officials met with airline representatives and the TSA last night about the earliest time the airport can resume flights. I'm going to keep checking this like every 10 seconds, okay?
Okay.
And I'm sure that you got, now let's see, you have the cable in there, right?
We have, I don't know if it's cable, but we have the local channels.
You got, now that's our partner with NBC6, which has sure got a lot of airtime the last couple of days, so you want to just keep checking their crawl. Mm-hmm. And the bad news is that over the weekend, not CNN, it was MSNBC. Mm-hmm. They kept throwing on Channel 4 because I guess they have a skeleton crew on MSNBC over the weekend. It's a cheap-ass operation, obviously, anyway. And they kept throwing Channel 4 and then the Channel 6 on there, too. And so I was entertained by Tony Cigaretto and Jackie Nesbrawl. And I kept thinking to myself, oh, this is like a bad dream.
Well, lucky you. We have one of those little portable battery-operated TV things. And it could only pick up Channel 7.
Oh, yeah, that's a fate worse than death.
Well,
I thought I was doing bad.
Count your lucky stars.
And every time I saw, there's that dog-faced Bonnie Schneider.
But certainly influencing it to some degree, so picking up some moisture as a result of Wilma being close enough, but not the perfect storm that we were anticipating last week, which is a good thing. This nor'easter
will be
powerful enough.
That's a damn good thing. We've had enough tourists already,
It's
honey.
already producing some snow through parts of western sections of Pennsylvania, and we're expecting that snow to work its way up into the higher elevations of Massachusetts, into the mountains of Vermont, New Hampshire, and upstate New York. Plenty of rain and wind to deal with as well. Check out these wind gusts. In New York City, it's already gusting up to 38 miles per hour. Cleveland at 30, and that's pretty far west. But Boston is one windy city. They say Chicago.
47-mile-an-hour gust in Boston. Well, I'll tell you, they got the real tourists there.
Oh, speaking of our news partner.
Yes?
They got 3 TVs showing local news here in this studio. 10, 4, and 7 are on the TVs. So our news partner is not one of the ones that we're able to watch in here.
Well, then how were they potting up Channel 6 all morning long then, and yesterday?
I don't know. It's not on one of these TVs. Maybe there's a remote in here somewhere.
Well, we probably figured they got enough coverage already. Well, I don't understand. What do you mean it's not on those TVs?
Well, there's
you
four
got TVs that are like crystal sets. They're tuned to one frequency, and you only get one channel
well,
on
there's
each TV?
4 total. One is on 10, one is on 7, one is on 4, and the other one is on the Kids 2, Berenstein Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in other
there are
words, you can't
remotes
change
scattered.
the channel? Is that what you're trying to
tell me?
tell
There are
me?
remotes scattered about the room, but who knows what goes to what?
Yeah, well, just give it a shot. It'll be something
Oh,
for
let
you
me
to do.
see.
Anyway, Miami International had one runway open yesterday, mostly to serve government workers, but closed. Airline and cargo operators had moved their planes to other locations in advance of Wilma. American Airlines, Miami's largest carrier, had kept 2 jets in their hangars. The planes weren't damaged, said airline spokesman Annette Velez. Also closed, Port Everglades and Port of Dade County, both without power. Broward officials said FP&L has made restoring power to Port Everglades a priority because it's the entry point for most of South Florida's gasoline tankers. Aha! The Broward port handles about 13 million gallons of gas a day, is responsible for about a fifth of all the state's gasoline. So that's a high priority. And also, any place that FP&L officials live in that area, that's also a high top priority, getting power restored. Isn't that correct?
Okay.
Trust me.
I will.
Now, most of Broward and areas of Palm Beach are under a boil water alert. In Palm Beach County, a boil water alert, by the way, means tap water is not drinkable. Don't drink it unless it's been boiled for at least 3 minutes. In fact, to be on the safe side, 3.5.
Yeah, and that's a hard boil, by the way.
Yeah, that's a hard rolling boil.
Roiling
boil, like boiling like you're gonna throw pasta in it. In fact, that's not a bad idea.
I'd play that bong sound effect, but you know how that goes.
Oh. Palm Beach County, Delray Beach, Riviera Beach, Highland Beach, and Lake Worth are all under a boil water alert. In West Palm Beach, all city customers are without water will be under a boil water alert once service is restored, said Margie Yansura, a city spokeswoman. City officials know of at least 15 breaks in the city's water lines in West Palm, and water treatment plant has received some damage. In Broward, the city of Coconut Creek, residents who receive their water bill from the city of Coconut Creek boil that water. In the city of Deerfield Beach, city of Fort Lauderdale, city of Hollywood, residents in areas west of State Road 7, east of the Turnpike, and south of Hollywood Boulevard. East of the Turnpike and south of Hollywood Boulevard. Does that include you?
No.
Well, don't boil the water then. City of Lauderdale Lake, city of Lighthouse Point, residents in the northern portions, which that's a little bit vague to me. I don't know. I don't like the way that it says it here. North of what, you know? City of Oakland Park, city of Parkland, residents in eastern areas, again, vague and nebulous. City of Pembroke Park, city of Plantation, including unincorporated Broadview Park in the area located north of Sunrise between 56th Ave and Sunset Strip, served by the city of Plantation. City of Pompano Beach, residents in northern portions who receive their water bill from Broward County Water and Wastewater Services. The city of West Park, city of Miramar, that's just down the road from us.
Right.
Residents north of Southwest 25th Street and south of Southwest 10th Street. City of Tamarack, the entire city, boil it. City of Wilton Manors, boil it. Lauderdale by the Sea, North Perry Airport, boil it. Unincorporated Broward County, residents in the area bounded by Broward Boulevard on the south, Northwest 25th Way on the east, and Northwest 15th Court on the north, and Northwest 38th Avenue on the west. A little too complex for my nimble mind. Delray Beach police spokeswoman Jeff Messer said that his city has multiple main breaks, and while water pressure will be restored when the storm clears, the boil water order will continue till further notice. Let's see. I guess Dade County is not under a boil water notice?
I don't know.
Well, this is the Sun Sentinel. You see, I could check
they
the
don't care
on
about
that.
data,
I better double check because the Sun Sentinel is so obsessed with the Broward and Palm Beach, especially Palm Beach County.
The water is good in Dade.
Well, then drink it. Boy, the way
Well,
he said that. The water's good in Dade. Come on down and drink some, man. In fact, if you're living in Broward, well, don't waste the gas. Not a good idea.
No.
Well, after the break, I will do the...
Stay off the roads.
We're going to be doing a lot of this today because I do have my regular bedtime stories, because especially since most people without power can't see what's happening on the TV. They don't have one.
Right.
And since we don't have really an all-news station in the market anymore, do you realize what a disgrace that is, cheap channel? You people are lunatics, crazy people. I mean, we used to have like an all-news station. It used to be INZ, and then it was supposedly going to be WYOD, and then they put a lot of bogus right-wing Nazi talk shows on there instead. Very embarrassing. Although I'm sure that they're doing their best, you know. Probably they got John Levitt on there, wouldn't you think? You remember him?
Yeah.
Food, water, ice, other hurricane supplies. We got Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach for all of that. The water in Dade is good, Rosa Parks is dead, and life will go on.
This is Neil Rogers.
The White House sent somebody to his studio. They said he'd get paid if he plugged Bush's plans on the radio.
Absolutely.
P-A-Y-O-L-A, payola. They walked up to him, offered $240,000 to spin a few lies in an envelope. There was payola. P-A-Y-O-L-A, payola. P-A-Y-O-L-A, payola. Well, they talk real nice about no child left behind, and got taxpayers' cash each time. News got around that he collected a fee. They said he's in the pocket of Bush Cheney. But Armstrong Williams, the radio guy, bet he regrets taking bribes. He got sucked into payola. P-A-Y-O-L-A, payola. P-A-Y-O-L-A, payola.
Can you say sellout? It's 12 minutes before 11 at 560 WQAM. Those of you with no electricity, no radio, well, shame on you. Right?
Right.
In fact, maybe they can just live in their car. Don't run a battery down, listen to your car, but that's not a bad idea, though, right? Because you're not supposed to be driving anyhow. There's limbs and trees and all kinds of crap down and power lines.
If they didn't make me come in here, I would have stayed home with all the chaos.
And traffic lights, very few traffic signals working. Probably like 99% of them are out, either not functioning or like hanging and dangling and stuff like that.
Oh, hey, here's a tip, because there are some cops directing traffic on selected intersections. When the cop is waving at you to go, please go.
Or just flip them off.
Ugh. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, you have to be alert for that. You know, you're a little bit, your expectations are a little bit out of...
I understand. I'm deluded.
Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. Food, water, ice, other hurricane supplies. I realize a lot of this is redundant, and Clarence has been reading it over and over and over. But you know something? What else are we going to do? Now, you could punch up a call if we had any.
Okay.
Do you see any lines flashing there?
Do it. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'm here in Miami Lakes, man. I mean, this place looks like a war zone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awful. Trees all over the place. There's hardly any electricity, although there's a couple of places that are very nice and stuff.
Yeah.
But, man, I'm telling you, you're lucky you're in Toronto.
Amen.
So
I'm going to go outside right now and kiss the sidewalk. I'm going to kiss the ground. That's how happy I am
you
to
should
be
do
here.
it like 30 times.
I'm going to kiss it probably.
About 30, man.
And the ground,
exactly,
too.
man.
Well, hang in there, Pally. Good luck to you.
Hey, thank you, man. Take care.
Okay. Well, there's a call. See, now that was good.
Yeah.
He's the tree. A lot of trees uprooted, just ripped right out of the ground. It's Category 3 is not to be monkeyed with.
Including the one on my house.
Some of these silly people out there. Reports I'm getting is that I got lucky there, but you never know. Never know till I have like a room-by-room inspection and check it all out.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, that thing with the airports, oh, brother. Anyway, here's the list. Broward County, ice, water, and food. This is going to take a long time, but you know what? It's what else are we going to do?
Right, nothing.
People out there. And don't go looting, okay? We don't want the same reputation as those slime balls in New Orleans that were in. And the same thing. Where do they just have? Oh, in Cancun and Cozumel, they were just showing the same stuff.
By the way, too late. They're already looting it up down
here. Well,
here.
I'm just giving my advice, okay? I want to be on the side of a law. And this is not a situation where there's like no food available at all or water or ice. That's why we're going to give this list over and over again. Instead of going in there and looting places. And don't be looting no sneakers, of course, unless they're Nikes. Cooper City, ice, water, and food will be available at Brian Piccolo Park. Remember that movie Brian saw?
Yes, James Conn.
9501 Sheridan Street, hours to come. It says, well, see, this is not acceptable, hours to come my ass. I don't like that. Well, at any rate, 9501 Sheridan, that's not far from you,
well,
right?
It's way out there. It's west. That's
it's not that far. I'll find one for you. You can go to the Oakwood Plaza between Sterling and Sheridan.
I just need some gas, man. I got a generator. Just need some gas.
Coral Springs. For more information, it just has a phone number for food, water, and ice. Call 954-344-1001. We do have this on our website, so if you know anybody that's got a computer, go and look at theirs.
Right.
That's got electric and a computer. 344-1001. Dania Beach, free ice and water will be distributed at City Hall sometime today, between now and Sukkot. Call Dania Emergency Operations Center at 954-924-3600 before you go schlepping over there to find out whether they're distributing or not yet. 924-3600. Hollywood. Residents can pick up ice and water at Oakwood Plaza, Dave & Buster's parking lot between Sterling and Sheridan east of Interstate I-95. Well, you're familiar with that. Didn't that where we used to do all those shows?
Right, that's right there.
Right there for you. Lauderdale Lakes. For information, call 954-535-2815. Let me try it again. 954-535-2815. In Lauderhill, ice and water will be distributed at City Hall Park, located 1900 Northwest 55th Avenue. As far as the food is concerned, I'd go over to Doughboys.
Yeah, man. There's a
and also, if there's any restaurants that are open, they ought to be calling us in or faxing us in or something.
And
Huh?
Doughboys, they have a correction and a second location that's going to be opening up if you want me to give you that.
Okay.
The correction is because Clarence had Miami written down here, even though I said 70.
What the hell does he know?
Exactly. It's 829 17th Street Causeway in Fort Lauderdale as opposed to...
Oh, he wasn't far off.
As opposed to the 17th Street Causeway in Miami. It's not there. And they have another location going to be opening at noon at 172 and Pines. And
yes,
they offer to bring us some food down here at the station, which I say...
All right.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, good. And then if it's good, we can say, boy, this is a place you want. They have people lined up for 10 miles. And if it's bad, then we'll save you a lot of gas. Lauderhill, ice and water at City Hall Park at 1900 Northwest 55th Avenue. In Miramar, residents can call 954... What kind of a number is this? 602-4357-HELP for city service questions. I don't think the help is part of the phone number, okay? A curfew is enforced from 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. till further notice in Miramar. We know that.
Yeah.
Could try to boss people around. North Lauderdale, shelter at Park Lakes Elementary School, 3925 North State Road, 7 Lauderdale Lakes. 2 truckloads of ice and water will be available today at Kimberly Boulevard, it says here. Boy, I'm telling you, whoever put this together, I know they're under a lot of pressure. And State Road 7, Kimberly Boulevard and State Road 7, and Hampton Pines Park, 7800 Hampton Boulevard, starting at noon in North Lauderdale. In Parkland, for information, call 954-753-5040. 753-5040. Leave it to our good friends in Plantation, man. It says in Plantation, call the Citizens Hotline, 954-585-2363. 585-2363, or log on to plantation.org. Nobody's got any electric, okay? How are they going to log on to plantation.org? You silly people, you quislings. That's it. Sunrise. The city's offering updates on their website, sunrisefl.gov. Well, that's good, but nobody's got any power, so you silly people in Sunrise. Tamarack. Tamarak's Hurricane Helpline is at 954-724-2436. 724-2436. Weston. Residents can call City Hall to report problems. That's not. I'm not even going to read that. Well, I'll read it anyway, but it's got nothing to do, evidently, with food, water, ice, and stuff. 954-385-2000. Wilton Manors. I thought we already did Wilton Manors, so I guess not. For general information, 954-831-4000. There's a lot of stuff on here that's aggravating. Anyway, Palm Beach County. Do we really want to do Palm Beach County?
You tell me.
Boca. Oh, look at this. Boca 561-416-3400 or tune into 1650 AM, cable channel 20 or myboca.us. First of all, they ain't got no power, so they're not going to tune in to be a channel 20. They're not going to go to myboca.us because they got no internets. 1650 AM, whatever that is. It's some, who knows what that is.
I don't know. The FHP channel.
Maybe Mo does show up there in Boca in his spare time when he's not playing golf or listening to us. Boynton Beach. For more info, call 561-742-6455. Delray, Pompey Park. Not Pompano Park, but Pompey Park will be a distribution center for ice if necessary. Call 561-243-7400. Or then it's got the way. I'm not going to read any websites. Let's see. Jupiter is too far. Lake Worth, 561-586-1791 for more information. Is this stuff, we got this on our website too, okay? Not that anybody can see it because they have no power. In Pahokee, they have that great cherry pie. Pahokee Community Center will be a distribution center for ice and water. In Palm Beach, call the town hotline at 561-227-7070. 227-7070. And then we'll get to Dade County, but we got to do business first.
This is Neil Rogers.
The Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Flintstones, they're always stoned. They're the really stoned out family. Always smoking crack rock, bacon, high board, and Bob Marley.
Barney.
Yeah, Freddy boy.
Did you get the Reaper Rock?
Sure did, Fred. It's Columbia Rock Gold.
Hey, that's good.
A couple tokes and we'll be high as a pterodactyl.
Hey, Barney, are these leopard skin spots moving?
No, Fred. You're just really up.
Yabba dabba doobie.
Okay, if anything happened to Joyce during the storm, somebody needs to advise us, then we can take the bleeps out of some of these bits. Yeah.
That would be a labor of love.
Then we can put a few smiles on a few faces out there as opposed to having to live under all this repression and fascism.
Right. Like ours for
under Bush.
By the way,
Anyway,
WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Forgot to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear that in that region. I was a little bit nervous. WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Well, supplies
Odin, Sweetwater, and Kendall.
Void where prohibited.
And Coral Springs. Okay, in Dade County, ice, water, and distribution centers. Supplies will be available at approximately 2 this afternoon. Home Depot. Boy, this is, well, it's not that long. Home Depot, 15750 Southwest 88th Street, Miami. Metro Zoo. Harris Field, 1034 Northeast 8th Street in Homestead. Amelia Earhart Park, 401 East 65th Street in Hialeah. The Orange Bowl. Oh, God. Don't go there. Miami-Dade Community College North and Miami-Dade Community College Kendall Campus. A.D. Barnes Park, 3401 Southwest 72nd Street, Miami. Tamiami Park, 11201 Southwest 24th Street, Miami. The Mall at 163rd Street. Oh, you don't want to go there in North Miami Beach. And Landmark Property, formerly called the Landmark Learning Center, at 20600 Northwest 47th Ave in Miami. That's where those are ice and water distribution centers, and supplies will be available there approximately 2 this afternoon. Now? Or then. Oh, boy. A lot of lists today, a lot of reading lists. It's going to be a real workout, you know? Palm Beach County opens 11 supply sites today. Schools closed through Friday. What a shock. All these locations in Palm Beach County will have ice and water. Some will have food, but they aren't specifying which are going to have food. Go there and say, hey, you better have food or I'm going to be really upset. Just jumping down and pitch a fit or pitch a tent. Here are the sites. Gallery Judge, what is that? Gallery Judge Grove. What is that?
I don't know.
Is that like a misprint? Gallery Judge Grove. That's at 4001 Seminole Pratt Whitney Road in Loxahatchee. Oh, well. Palm Beach Community College. South County Civic Center at 16700 Jog Road, west of Delray Beach. South Florida Fairgrounds at 9600 Southern Boulevard, west of West Palm Beach. Belglade Fire Station at 525 Southwest 2nd Street in Belglade. I see they had a house on fire in Boca. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Boca Municipal Center, 6500 Congress Avenue North in Boca. Gaines Park, 1501 Australian Avenue, West Palm. The Pahokee Community Center, 360 East Main Street. Stop by Pahokee, man, for that fabulous cherry pie that Pahokee is so famous for. Pompey Park, I already did a couple of these. Tanner Park, 105 Palm Beach Road in South Bay. And the Wells Recreation Complex, named either after Mary Wells or maybe Chris Wells, at 2409 West Avenue H in Riviera Beach. Some previously announced sites, Burt Reynolds Ranch or Roger Dean Stadium, will not be operating, at least today it says, will not be operating. Palm Beach County schools will be closed at least through Friday. More than 95% of schools have no electric anyway. Let's see. Well, there we go. That's Palm Beach. Now, I got a list of about 55,000 cancellations and stuff like that. And I just, have to be use a little bit of discretion. Because otherwise we'll hear till midnight. Well, no, because the list is so long and there's so many addresses here, and, oh, God, it's just ponderous. Okay, we gave you the Dade County ice and water locations. Let's see. As if we really need to tell you about schools being closed. Schools are closed.
Right.
Right? Oh, it's got the whole list here, but isn't it kind of like... if anybody out there is that stupid,
They're
think there's going to be any school today.
Stay home.
Yeah, don't go to school. Don't drive. Stay off the phone unless it's necessary because the phone lines are jamming.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, airports, like I said, Miami International closed until further notice. Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood closed until further notice. Florida Keys and Marathon closed today. Key West International Airport closed today. They say passengers advised to call your airline to determine when service will resume out of Miami and or Fort Lauderdale. Some flights might not be operating even after the airports reopen. So call your airline. I'm not going to give you those phone numbers on the air because who cares? Dade Transit, Metro Rail service suspended 3 to 5 days for repairs. A bus bridge will run free public buses parallel to the Metro Rail. Buses are running on a limited route, or is that route? Monroe County, bus service suspended till further notice. Broward County Transit, service suspended all day today. Port of Miami, undetermined. Cruise passengers call your cruise line. Port Everglades, closed to shipping traffic. Cruise passengers call their cruise line first. Alligator Alley, toll suspended in east and westbound directions. On the Florida Turnpike, toll suspended northbound and southbound from exit 1 to exit 309. The Polk Parkway, never heard of it, toll suspended. You know where that is?
No.
Are you eating food?
Oh, I got a granola bar here, kind of emergency.
Oh, I thought maybe the pizza showed up.
Oh, I wish.
From Doughboy.
Come on, Doughboys.
Come on, Doughboys, bring us all the food you want, man, because we're going to give you lots and lots of good plugs, and it better be good, because if it's bad, we'll trash your ass.
And an extra one to take home.
Right, a couple extras, two for George and 2 for Josh to take home. Sawgrass Expressway, toll suspended north and southbound. The Sunshine Skyway Bridge, toll suspended in the northbound direction. The Dade Expressway Authority, all tolls suspended, including the Dolphin, the Don Shula, the Gratney, the airport to Snapper Creek Expressway. Special Operations Committee and Board of Directors meeting set for today postponed. Rickenbacker, MacArthur, Venetian, and Julia Tuttle Causeways closed today to everyone but residents or essential personnel. Let me say it again. The Rickenbacker, MacArthur, Venetian, and Julia Tuttle Causeways closed today to everyone except residents or essential personnel. Courts closed today. Got it? I'm not going to read them all.
No.
I mean, who's going to go to court today?
Exactly.
Hospitals. Cleveland Clinic Hospital. Outpatient and elective procedures canceled today. ER remains open. The employee hotline at the Cleveland Clinic, 954-689-5777, 689-5777. Patient information, 954-659-5000, 659-5000. Jackson Memorial. Outpatient and elective procedures canceled, clinics closed. Pregnant women urged to call Jackson's maternity hotline at 305-585-2229 or Jackson South 305-251-2500. Jackson's Health System employees call 305-585-8000. Why am I giving that number out? If you don't know the number where you work, probably better off you're not there. Memorial Healthcare System, elective and outpatient procedures canceled today at Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood and Memorial Hospital in Pembroke Pines. Postal Service. Offices closed and deliveries suspended in zip codes 32700 to 34900, which includes Dade, Broward, Monroe, and Palm Beach counties. I thought that whether hail or rain or snow or Wilma, isn't that what
They just wrote that on that building. It has nothing to do with them. They
look at that. Here, they're showing. Look at this.
That has just been hit hard by heavy rains over the past couple of weeks. We had that situation in Taunton, Massachusetts, where there was an old dam that was threatening to give way from all the pressure from all the rain and the water in that.
There's some dark-complected reporter dude, but who can tell he's got that red schmata blown all over his head.
Put into place, but still, a lot of.
Sure was good to see Rob Marciano in there a lot this weekend. Anyway, let's see. We gave you the Postal Service. Closed today, delivery suspended, no mail. No bills today, that's good. Trash pickup. Yeah. Unincorporated Broward. Garbage, recycling, and bulk trash pickup suspended. Dade County, it's an ongoing assessment. Once the county appraises the damage, debris pickup will begin. Well, thank God for that. Go out there and get all that crap off the roads and the sidewalks and everybody's yard, all those limbs and trees. Man. City of Miami, regularly scheduled garbage collection expected to resume today, provided that roadways are clear. How do you like that? Boy, let's hand it to those folks in Dade going out there and picking up that trash. Those sanitary engineers.
You go, boys.
Hollywood, debris removal begins today. Good news for you.
Good.
Moral Gables, trash pickup resumes today, but expect collection one day later than regularly scheduled pickup day. Recycling is suspended until further notice. Municipalities, they're all closed. Residents of the boil water I did. Price gouging hotline to file complaint with the Florida Attorney General. Call this number, 866, toll-free, 1-866-9-NO-SCAM, or just 9-NO-SCHMIT. 1-866-9-NO-SCAM. That's 866-966-7226 for those of you a little bit too slow, feeble, or stupid, or just panicky to combobulate it. 1-866-966-7226. Anybody tries to rip you off, and of course, now that we have that new law in effect, they were trying to gouge me, man. Yeah, tell them gouge this. Parks are, of course, all closed. Not a day to be taking the kids to the park. And then as far as events, I don't know whether I should do these because there's, so many, you know. Shall I be selective?
Be selective.
Dania Highlight closed Monday for simulcast. Well, it's a little late for that. That was yesterday. Festival Miami, concert performances postponed. There was one thing about the Jewish holidays. Oh, yeah. Adolf and Rose Levis Jewish Community Center in Boca will be closed today and tomorrow for the holidays.
Boy.
What holidays is that?
Adolf is a Jewish name.
You better watch it, mister, with an anti-Semitic right after Wilma. This is not the time for that. Adolf. He makes a hell of a meat tenderizer, I'll tell you that.
That's what I heard.
Is this Sukkot or something now?
I tell you about the calendars in the other room.
Kippur, isn't that enough to keep everybody satisfied for a couple of months, for Christ's sakes?
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Let's see. The Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show postponed till October 29th to November 1st. Friday fights at the South Florida Fairgrounds canceled till October 28th. Key West Fantasy Fest postponed until tomorrow for kickoff. Oh, that must be where Duff is, you think?
No, I spoke to him this morning.
And?
He's here in town.
And how did he make out? Well, I didn't mean by
he's trapped because he's over on the beach somewhere.
Well, what do you mean he's trapped?
You know how they close the bridges? All the bridges are down, so he's trapped over there. That's why he's not here in the building.
Bridges are down?
He just called. He said he's working his way over here.
Working my way back to you, baby.
He's swimming. He's got rubber raft.
Go home, Duff. Key West Fantasy Fest postponed until tomorrow. Events will continue through October the 30th.
About 30, man.
Let's see. The Mosaic Theater. Is that named after Jack Mosaic?
Who?
The Nine Inch Nails concert yesterday at Bank Atlantic Center postponed. New date TBA. A Beach Boys concert postponed till last week in December TBA. Bon Jovi ticket. I know George is upset about this.
Yeah.
Tickets go on sale Saturday at the Bank Atlantic Center. Hit the box office 10 a.m. It says October 29th. Chicago Blues on Harrison Street. Nobody cares about that. The Domino Tournament. Oh boy, that's really
incredible.
Yeah. I'm just looking through these to see if there are anyone. Hanson Sunday concert at Club Cinema in Pompano Beach postponed. A new date TBA for a Hanson.
At least it's
anybody goes to the Hanson concert, by the way, will be shot at the entranceway. That's incredible. Hanson, my ass. I'm looking if there's any. There might be something. Pet clinic. Broward County's low-cost pet vaccination clinic postponed till November 19. Plantations Art in the Park weekend postponed till December 10th and 11th. Las Ratas debajo. Rats Below. Premiere postponed till October 31st, 8 p.m. at Teatro Tower. I just wanted to say Las Ratas debajo.
Yeah, it's about my basement.
Is it?
I don't have a basement, but...
And the Red Hat Ladies toy collection has been postponed till October 29th in Wilton Manors. And Wilton Manors got lots of ladies.
That sucks.
With your latest update, I'm Todd Keller. There's many important things going on that you won't want to wake up to, so here's sports instead. Sports god Shaquille O'Neal, many a sport hole's wish of gay man Dingo Manna, had a painful hangnail today.
Wait a minute, buddy. Where is the love? Where is the love?
Huh?
Come on, you don't promote the prestigious cacophony of the Mohammed and David show. That's what I mean by where's the love. Another chestnut of my baggy pants vaudeville style of Yuma.
I can't.
Where is the love? Hey, wait a minute. Where'd he go? This reminds me of the time I bought an SRS. And all the time I thought I was buying a sports car. What do you say there, Dr. Dudley?
Joe, it's you again.
Yeah, listen. I hear you specialize in SRS. What is that? A Camaro? How many horsepower?
I'm afraid you don't understand. It's a sex change.
Well, since I'm already here...
What is your problem?
Well, Doc, I've always been a lesbian. You with the white coat and the clipboard and all this talk about Harriet Myers.
So, you want an SRS?
Yeah, with Puerto Rican mirror dice and an 8-track.
Okay, here, let me check your ears.
Sure. Yeah. Checking out the gray matter, huh?
I don't think Idaho's seen this many potatoes.
Now, see here, you windbag. Keep your pants on.
Open wide.
Okay, the Momeister will be along at 2 o'clock. I guess he'll have to schlep all the way from Boca in that mess, huh?
It's going to be a mess, too. The highways are a wreck. It's brutal.
Wow. Drive carefully, Mo. And then we got Mad Dog at 4. He was on yesterday, so he's a veteran now. I would have done the show yesterday, but they didn't want to risk a whole bunch of you guys' lives coming in there, which you wouldn't have done it anyway.
The storm was raging in the morning anyway.
John?
Sure.
Yeah.
It didn't calm down till afternoon, so...
And then when they told me they had some schmuck running the board there that doesn't know his ass from my elbow and wasn't going to be able to do this and do that, I said, no, that's okay. I'll just lay out.
Yeah.
Beginning an agonizing, all too familiar... Oh, guess who died? The owner of the New York Giants, Wellington, 89, died of cancer. And, of course, Rosa Parks died. We'll get eventually to all of that stuff. I got a whole pile of stuff here that I want to get to. Okay, let me just do this. Here's the poll result from Friday, which I realize has nothing... Oh, there's your fat-ass governor.
By today...
Oh, God, get him out of town. That's why you keep getting all these hurricanes. The Lord is really pissed off at him, man. All the lies and all the crap. And where are those slots, by the way, Jeb, you idiot, you quisling?
You fairy. Going to lead the way?
Yeah, we're going to lead the way, all right. Lead your way right out of town, right out of Dodge.
No comparison. Governor Jeb Bush giving an update on the recovery of Hurricane Wilma. This was an intense storm.
Please don't tell me that's who I think that is. Is that Ileana with the glasses now she's wearing?
It looks like Ileana with the glasses.
Oh, no. That was Ileana Rosanna Dana, and all she said was it was all...
Incredible.
Yeah. What music group or singer do you secretly like but would never admit it? That was the poll on, it seems like a month ago, Friday. And we had 1,943 votes, but it was on there a long time. Barry Manilow wins. Hey, Barry.
You fairy.
208 votes. George Michael, 125. ABBA, 113. The Bee Gees, 94. Boy George, 86. See, the fact that there are 86 people liking that, name me a song that he did that you like.
Who?
Boy George.
Oh, not me.
No.
You're talking to somebody else, I'm sure.
Yeah. Elton John, 81. Neil Diamond, 80. A legend in his own mind. Eminem, 66. The Monkees, 62. What's not to like? The Monkees made some fun music. Not great music, but Oh, you sleepy queen.
It was
whatever
like their
that was.
show. It was campy comedy music.
Right, it was fun. John Bon Jovi, 54. No macho guy admits that. The Carpenters, 50, and Michael Jackson, 50. Fitty. The Village People, 47. Avril Lavigne, 45. Barbara Streisand, 45. Same nose. Backstreet Boys, 42. Elvis, 40. Captain and Schlemiel, 39. Steely Dan, 34. Journey, 33. REO Speedwagon, 33. Milli Vanilli, 29. Jimmy Buffett, 25. How about another Cheeseburger in Paradise? Paradise My Ass. Rick Nelson, 25. REM, 25. Anne Murray, 23. That's scary. Rod Stewart and Kiss, 20 apiece. Celine Dion, 19. And Luis Miguel and Will Smith, 19 apiece. Ricky Martin, 18. Hey, Ricky.
You fairy.
NSYNC, 18. Maroon 5, 18. David Cassidy, 18. Hey, David.
You fairy.
Shinehead O'Connor, 17. Hey, Shinehead.
You fairy.
Wayne Newton, 16. Clay Aiken, 16. Hey, Clay.
You fairy.
Neil Sedaka, 14. He's got a wife and a bunch of kids, although he's certainly very fey. Foreigner and Boston and Bobby Vinton, 14 apiece. CCR, 13. Brian Adams, 12. Good Canadian boy. Couldn't sing his way out of a paper sack. Aqua, 11. Michael Bolton, 10. Bobby Goldsboro. Music to blow your brains out by 9. Yeah. Oh, honey, I miss you. 98 degrees, 9. John Tesh, 8. Bette Midler, 8. And 8. And 8. Ted Nugent, 8. Herman Hermit, 7. Rob Thomas, 7. Sylvester, 4. Liza Minnelli, 4. Gary Jewis and the Playboys, 3. And O-Town. Town, 2. From Orlando. They were not too good. Want to take a couple of calls in here as we go along? We took one, which I think we don't want to overdo
we
it.
We would take more, but there are none on the line at the moment, though.
Well, that's because we're on that 500-minute delay, and they're not hearing me. They're hearing me just rambling and reading. But once they see that the signal's out there, 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. We'd like to find out that you're still alive, that you're in one piece, find out how many trees got uprooted and blown all over the place where you are, and whatever else you want to pass along. And maybe some of these people have got restaurants and gas stations that they'd like to pass along, too. Since it's one thing to get out of the newspaper, it's another thing to find out from, like, living and breathing people who are actually, like, on the scene, eyewitness, etc.
A gas station on my way home would be really nice.
Yeah, a gas station. Well, I thought you had that one in...
Remember, they had no gas. It was a psych.
Really?
They were already out of gas, yeah. Are we out of gas?
Like Steely Dan?
Right.
I'll be damned. Any calls coming in or not?
No.
Probably not. No?
No. Oh, there's one.
Oh, grab it.
Talk.
WQAM, hello. Hola.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Everything's fine here in Plantation. As soon as I can hear of a gas station that's open, that's where I need to go.
Okay.
Okay, buddy. So
now, when you say everything's fine, aren't there a lot of trees all over the place?
Well, you can do it. Well, I'm fine. My house is fine. The trees, that's,
That's their problem.
Oh, we're fine.
The trees, exactly, as long as they don't hurt us.
So as long as you hear a gas station open, call me at my house and let me know first.
No problem. We'll be knocking on the door. Good luck, amigo. Okay, there you go. There's a guy, Julio, in Plantation.
We got more if you want to take more.
Go, hey, listen, very loosey-goosey today, very informal. Just when in doubt, just whip it out. I mean, the information.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk to somebody?
No. Oh, you mean we got some more calls?
Yeah. No,
but we got to do the break first.
This is Neil Rogers.
Me estoy muriendo aquí.
I'm dying over here.
All right.
It got to be the dumbest thing I've heard, but you're all running scared about the bird. Even Alfred Hitchcock would be amused with all the phony mice about the alien. There's information they don't want you to know.
Absolutely.
So the fear factor keeps you under control. Weak subterfuge is what they're handing you, with all the phony mice about the alien. Today and Rosa will soon be sharing the soap in the merry jail of Oz, I hope. That's not something you'll see on the news, with all the phony mice about the alien. We are a nation of gullible sheep, led by a simpleton retarded breed. Posse comitatus is what they want to do, with all the phony mice about the alien.
11:32. We're all going to get it. If the avian flu doesn't get it, and Wilma didn't get you yesterday, sooner or later they're after us. I think it's a Bush problem. Jeb Bush, George Bush, Neil Bush. What's her name? Noel Bush, the last Noel.
Don't forget. And the twins.
Oh, well, how can you forget them?
I don't.
Drunks.
Yeah, sluts.
Beginning an agonizing, all-too-familiar process, Floridians lined up for generators, chainsaws, and other cleanup supplies today after Wilma cut that costly, deadly swath across the peninsula. Well, the one good thing is the couple of people we talked to so far, at least they're still alive. That's good.
Right.
Monday's storm caused billions in damage, killed at least 7 people, and most stores remained closed. No. Because of widespread power outages. Wouldn't you think that some fast food joint might, although not really, because they're kind of like out in the open, you know, they're in those little buildings.
Right, usually. These standalone buildings with windows all around.
That's probably what they're doing, is standalone. But it wouldn't be nice if one of those joints. How about a Mickey D's somewhere?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I imagine people are so desperate for some food. And like I said, if you got food in the refrigerator, eat it now. As long as it isn't like green and got stuff growing on it yet.
Even if it is.
And even if it's just a little bit green and just got little tiny stuff growing on it, that might be good bacteria that'll make you real healthy and resistant to all kinds of nasty stuff, maybe even the bird flu. Or it might be stuff that'll kill you. Either way. Monday's storm caused billions in damage, killed at least 7, and most stores remain closed because of widespread power outages that left 6 million people without electricity today, creating long lines at those places that were open, such as the 500 people that waited outside of Broward County Super Walmart, which was letting in about 20 people at a time. Isn't that where you'd go?
No comment.
And, of course, Walmart now has food.
No comment.
And drugs.
Yeah.
And all of these things. Joyce Carr. I wonder if she's kin to Joey Carr. Dining and dancing. Remember Joey Carr?
I do.
And his brother Steve Cohen? Oh, there's a real bozo on my TV.
Bus driver's order that she give up her seat.
Yeah, and he probably agreed. Joyce Carr, the first person in line at the Coral Springs store, had been waiting several hours in hopes of buying a generator, only to learn the store was out. But she still wanted to buy a grill, charcoal, and water. Well, what's she going to be grilling on it?
Oh, you know, shrimp. I'm sorry.
What did he say, Josh? We've heard different reports that the power will be out for some time. We're so worried about supplies in our family, Carr said. Ellen Siegel, 56 of Naples, said the neighborhood near downtown Fort Lauderdale where she was staying had its power restored today. Oh, good. She sat on a bench reading the New York Times magazine amid shards of broken glass and pieces of foam insulation as people brought carts full of water and milk in a drugstore. Don't be looting now, like I said before, because if you loot, because we're giving you all this information, there's plenty of places you can get food and water and stuff and ice. So don't be making excuses now. This isn't New Orleans. We don't want to be like embarrassed and humiliated like in Cancun. I haven't seen anybody that's in bad humor at all, Siegel said. See, that's it. And that's because they're listening to the show, Ellen. We're putting a little chuckle on their face. That's right. Instead of getting all depressed and morbid. Oh, gee, what are we going to do? We'll do it the best we can, that's all. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ellen says, especially after what happened in Katrina, I think people are just thankful that they're safe. I mean, how can anybody complain about this? Whatever that means. I don't know what that means. In other words, not like New Orleans where the whole damn town is flattened. And like we didn't tell people to go to the PP Park and hang out there and do all kinds of stuff in the water.
Yeah.
But there are a few floaters working in that place, I'll guarantee you. The storm slammed across the state in about 7 hours. And by the way, I forgot to mention the humper. Didn't I tell you that anybody who would have thought the Dolphins could beat Kansas City on Friday night had to be dreaming? If you're dreaming, I'm screaming. How do you like that?
Well, we know you're screaming.
Right, Josh?
Not even close.
No contest. And I'll tell you, now, maybe you can answer this for me. The attendance said 68,250, which, of course, is a joke. That's tickets sold, I'm sure.
Not even close to that.
The comma was in the wrong place. Maybe 6,285, because they actually showed that game on the NFL package yesterday. They showed the tape of the game.
And you saw really nobody there, right?
Yeah, there was nobody there. I mean, nobody. Even the concessions people bailed out. There was a smattering here and there. I wouldn't even want to guess a number. And that was Friday night. Now, there was nothing big going on Friday night, right?
No. Maybe they just knew.
They knew that they were going to lose? Or that,
pretty much. Maybe all the Chiefs fans were the only people in the stadium.
Yeah, there might have been a few Chiefs fans because they like Trent Green. He looks pretty good. But it was bad. It was really wicked. Now they're 10-4, and what can I say? The storm slammed across the state in about 7 hours yesterday. The 21st named storm in the worst Atlantic hurricane season on record was blamed for at least 6, possibly as many as 8 deaths statewide. More blood on somebody's hands.
Are grateful.
Yeah. Officials in the state's 3 most populous dead people ought to be grateful to their president, man. This is especially. We're getting right on the edge of 2,000 dead Americans in Iraq, by the way. Right on the edge of it. The 3 most populous areas. You can take this to the bank. Other than saying it right now to make my point, I'll never say Miami-Dade. You can hyphenate it. You can put 15 different words in the name of the county.
Right.
It's just a bunch of crap.
That
Okay,
makes
all it
2
was
of
was
us.
an excuse to print a lot more stationery.
That's 2 of us.
It always was Dade County. It always will be Dade County.
Dade.
Miami-Dade, my ass.
No.
Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties were prepping to distribute ice, water, and other items to storm-struck residents today, while utility restoration efforts could stretch into weeks. More than 8,200 people were in shelters across the state early today, and FP&L says up to 4 weeks till everybody gets their power. It'll be days or weeks before we're back to normal, Dade Mayor Carlos Alvarez said. Wilma hit hard at two of Florida's largest citrus growing counties, too, in southern Florida. Henry, that's Phil Henry.
Are you sure?
And Collier. Growers in these areas have seen their groves, their barns, their equipment and homes severely impacted by the storm, said Andy Levine. And he spells it like Avril Lavigne. L-I-V-I-G-N-E, like frog spell.
Huh.
Executive Vice President of Florida Citrus Mutual, the state's largest citrus grower organization. Henry and Collier have about 130 acres of citrus groves. Preliminary reports indicate that in some areas, up to 15% of the fruit crops have been blown off trees, and some trees are leaning over or uprooted due to the severe winds. Precise damage estimates not available yet. Florida citrus growers are also concerned that Wilma could have increased the speed of citrus canker, George, a bacterial disease that is moved by wind-driven rain. For more information, check FloridaCitrusMutual.com. Well, no, is that it? FLCitrusMutual.com.
It's too late for us anyway.
President Bush promised, well, we don't care what he said. President said we have pre-positioned food, medicine, communications equipment, urban search and rescue teams.
Has made a clear choice.
Yeah. He'll work closely with local and state authorities to respond to the hurricane, he said. The hurricane arrived as a Cat 3 and littered the landscape with damaged signs, awnings, fences, billboards, roof tiles, pool screens, streetlights, electrical lines, all of these things. Felled trees and blown roofs dotted expressways. All three of South Florida's major international airports, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Palm Beach, were closed, halting air travel. Miami is a major port point, and this is a major disruption, said John Hotard, spokesman for American Airlines, which has a major hub in Miami. Miami Airport was trying to open. See, this is it. They don't know. Trying to open later today, spokesman Mark Henderson said, but it may not happen until tomorrow because of damage to fences and runway lighting and problems meeting security requirements that he couldn't discuss. I have a feeling that Fort Lauderdale will open later in the day. It doesn't say anything like that here. That's just my own opinion. Don't blame me if they don't, but I have that feeling. Can you feel it?
Feel it?
Yeah.
In your gut?
No, more like in my
rectum. I see.
At 5, well, it's got a thing about where it was. It's way off. It's way off in the Atlantic. That jet stream really blew that thing way out there. You see how fast it went out in the Atlantic?
Yes, I did.
Which is about the only little piece of good news for the northeast coast there, for the coastline, because they were really getting a double whammy on there, if I can say whammy. Because they were getting the nor'easter there, and then they were also getting the ass end of what was left of Wilma and Alpha and Beta and Carotene. Well, I tell you, look at him.
That are evil.
Yeah, nice going, W. I look at him and I know that evil lurks everywhere.
This is Neil Rogers.
Oh, I got to do a spot, by the way.
This is 560 QA.
So don't play the clip.
Yeah, do that.
I beg your pardon?
Do it.
No, I caught it right in midstream there. Well, I got thrown off my feed when I saw...
This form of radicalism exploits Islam.
See? When I saw that. Hey, speaking of losing your hair, and I'll tell you, if my hair wasn't already shaved short, I probably would all fall out looking at him.
Jesus land, Christian park, where you won't go to hell when you die. Oh! Jesus land, Christian park, where ignorance and hatred thrive. All right. Ride the holy roller will bound. The only roller coaster that never goes down. Ride the Armageddon where the hand of God reaches through the clouds to rip all your clothes off. Bang, 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 shoot the bright killing you. Bang, 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 abortion doctors too. Chicken bake, juked up for fun to eat. While Katie bundled by a cartoon character grease.
Our Father that art in heaven, help us answer all voices in our head. We got our Nikes on, we're waving our snakes for Armageddon. When you come, you take us away.
March, march in a bush snappy parade. Cool off with a goofy great Guyana Kool-Aid. Ignorant dicks who want to get their kicks. We put the fun in fundamentalist. Pray to the Lord to forgive you with your choice of flushly appointed views. Head on down to the revival show. Discord the Billy heroin, drink and blow. Jesus land, Christian park, where you won't go to hell when you die. Jesus land, Christian park, where ignorance and hatred thrive.
13 till noon at 560 WQM. We hope you're all okay, as Dennis James would say.
Okay.
Well, those insurance companies must be really quaking in their boots, you know what?
I imagine.
Because George said he's going to put in claims for about 100,000.
Yeah.
Never did get to today's poll. It's almost noon already, but it's kind of a moot point. I'm not going to send you too many stories for tomorrow, Josh. I know you'll be disappointed.
Well, don't worry, they won't be done until I get here in the morning.
Oh. Yeah. No, seriously, I'm not going to send you a whole bunch because what's the point? That's like a little overkill. We do have on our website for those 6 people out there that have power. In fact, let's see how many people are... 20 food, water, ice, other hurricane supplies. There's 20 people who read that one already. It's not even noon yet. Not exciting? That's the leading read so far.
That's something. They must
That
be
is
in New
something,
Orleans.
because, I mean, obviously the people out of state aren't going to be reading those. I've discovered a very interesting thing today. See, there's always, leave it to me to find a little tiny silver lining, especially not being there. Oh, don't rub it in. But a little silver lining in even the darkest cloud, and that is this. I discovered today that, you know, these people who listen to the show online, remember I was talking last week, we ought to be 5 times as mad as Duff and Clarence that we were last week. Remember the whole deal when they were like putting that stupid-ass Joe Girardi press conference on there on our the audio on our website?
You mean that very important, groundbreaking press conference?
Yeah, that's the one that everybody already knew who was going to be the manager. Just a piece of crap. Well, come to find out, and looking at the stats, that I would say about half of the people listening online are local.
Okay.
You ready for that?
Huh.
Yeah. And I thought so, because we got such a horrible signal on AM.
Right.
Well, AM is, you know.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, right now, I would say we got, well, maybe 60% of what we ordinarily would have at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe less. Because a lot of the people listen local, and, of course, they have no power, so they can't listen online because they got no computer, no internets. So that's kind of an interesting thing. Now, I mean, not all that fascinating to most people out there, but very fascinating to us is that there are a lot of people in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach, and maybe even in Monroe County, maybe even in, like, Henry County. Who knows where? Maybe in Yenamsville, who do listen online. So how do you like that, Clarence and Duff, you idiots? You get with it. Quit messing with our audio there. Soon after the winds die down, you want to put a call or two on? I mean, whenever, you know, you feel like it.
Yeah, well, just shout it out.
Why, is there somebody on there?
Yeah, we got a couple of people.
QAM, hello.
Uh-oh. Try now.
Neil?
QAM, hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got two things. About the holiday, I don't know what it means, but it's Shimini Atzeret. Tomorrow is Simchas Torah.
Oh, it's Simchas Torah, one of my favorites.
Oh, exactly.
I thought it was Sukkot. Sukkot's 5 days after Yom Kippur. Sukkot's already
you
over?
saw that picture of Tom DeLay smiling for his mugshot?
Yeah.
Well, in Saturday's Sun Sentinel, the 22nd on 3A, they got a picture of him talking to his lawyer. It looks like the kind of trapped rat. It's a great picture.
I'll be damned.
I don't know if you can get that on the internet or what.
Sure. It's on 3A.
3A on 22nd
okay, and in closing?
October, Saturday.
So where are you now?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale by the sea.
And?
I'm in the dark, but great to hear you.
But everything in your building's okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. The building's fine. A lot of down trees and stuff. No power.
Oh, we're fine. Like we said before, to hell with the trees. We can always plant another tree or a shrub. I'm sure that, what's her name? Lady Bird Johnson be proud. Hang in there, Pally.
Okay, man.
Thanks.
All right.
So there you go. We got 3 for 3. We got 3 callers so far, and they're all still alive. Woo! Now, some people might say, well, what's the big deal with that? Well, believe me, if you heard some of the calls on this show over the years, especially in South Florida.
Oh, yeah, I had another one.
Okay, well, that's enough for calls for right now. Well, I don't want to overdo it because they're all saying the same thing. Obviously, if they weren't fine and they had like some, really major catastrophe going on in their lives, they'd have to be a lunatic to be calling in some stupid-ass radio talk show waiting for hours for me to, like, punch up a call. Or you to,
fumble through it.
Yeah. I mean, look, take care of business first. That's the most important thing. I can sit here and do this with my eyes closed, okay? I don't need I can do this like falling off a log. Pop, 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 pop. I learned that from Denise Potvin. Pop, 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 like that. Just rambling on. Saying nothing but rambling on. Well, actually, I say something. He says nothing. Hey, Dennis, you're an idiot. God, Rimmer was right about him. Okay, so anyway, the poll, who or what do you fear most? Now, periodically we do the same question, but with a hurricane upon us, I figured it was good timing, and I was right. Sure. Who or what do you fear most? And, of course, the only votes on the poll, 299 votes now, are from people that got power, so obviously here's a chance for those people listening out yonder, around the world, who go online and check out our poll. Here's a chance for them. You know who they fear or what most?
Well,
Islamic radicalism is elitist.
See, there you go, him.
Yeah.
Elitist. It's just, I can't, I'm sorry, there's something in my mind, it can't register. I just can't register the fact that he is actually your president. Not my president. I got Paul Martin. I got enough problems. Who or what do you fear the most? George W. Bush, 84. Religious nuts, 69. That was my vote. Oh, boy. Religious nuts, and we apologize for the redundancy there.
Even the salted ones.
Oh, yeah. Loss of freedom is 28. Old age, 18. South Florida driver 17. Dick Cheney 15. I got a great story about Dick.
Again?
Black folks 14. Terrorists 14. What about black terrorists? Hurricanes 10. Job loss 9. Bird flu 6. Tornadoes 3. STDs 3. Hurricanes only 10 even after yesterday. You see that? Of course, these aren't the people who were in it. STD 3, World War 3, gays 2, flying 2, cops 1, criminals 1, and Joel Feinberg so far, just like his ratings, the big. Oh, now whatever happened? Oh, if Duff is coming in, now listen.
I think he's in here. Didn't he crawl in?
If he's in there already, now how are we going to? Now you got power, right? We got the power, baby.
Yeah.
Let's get to the important stuff. Forget about some stupid little hurricane and people losing their homes and stuff. Last Friday, we had the summer book came out, and we got some bonus money coming, and we were number 1 again. And mostly George in the summer. I helped a little bit, I'm sure. Maybe I brought it down some. But we goosed it up there. We were number 1 by a pretty good margin there on Friday. Thank you, folks. Even in the middle of all the hurricanes and the crap, they come through for us.
Duff is on the job right now.
He's on the John right now?
He's going to try to do it.
What kind of a job is that, Josh?
You know, the job.
Hey, Duff! You fairy. So anyway, we're going to get those extrapolations today. Right. He's working on it right now, so we can get those hour by hour and take a shower of power.
I bet we'll be
or maybe we can just go over there and take a shower with power.
I bet we'll be over 7 at the very least.
I think you may have a shot. You might got a point there, a shot. And, of course, if we're over a 7 and we got brought down to a 6.5, which is still a pretty healthy number in men, and number 1 by... But what do you do with somebody who brings your number down like that?
I don't know. Taking the Doughboys?
300. Now, speaking of Doughboys, where's the food? It's already coming up on noon here in a minute or two.
Well, they weren't supposed to be opening until noon, so...
Oh, well, why didn't you tell me that before? I'm getting impatient for you, not that I care.
We did.
Not that I...
That's
not
all right.
that I would eat it if I were there. Now, what about Brad up there at Tony's? They're not open.
I haven't heard anything from him. Yeah, no. The answer is no. We just got a low sign. They have no power. They have no hot oven.
You got the low sign from whom?
Adam.
How the hell does he know? Oh, he probably was...
He's hungry. He called.
Well, I'll tell you one thing with Adam. You know, he's not usually one of those guys that comes in and tries to steal our food. But he's been there long enough, it's starting to rub off even. Well, he's probably hungry, man. We got like Elvis.
Everybody
are hungry.
We've been eating MREs.
Yeah, right.
Dismissive of free peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you do that?
To remind myself that I'm here and I'm safe, at least safer than you are. And I'm
not
talking about
any warning.
Boy, oh boy. There's a rumor going around that the 2008 presidential election might be called off after all. Postponed because of bad weather somewhere. Yeah. Hurricanes, tsunamis, earthquakes, floods, avian flu, avian water, all of these things. Boy, he's scary. Really a scary guy.
Artist that targets worshippers leaving a mosque.
Yeah, that's the man in the mosque.
Worshippers.
The Mosque of, what was it? What was that movie? The Cask of the Mosque of, what was that? That
I don't know. The Man in the Iron Mask.
Man in the Iron Mask. Now, was that with Cher? 11:56. I want to say it again.
We're number 1. Damn it!
So there's something that'll like take your mind off the hurricane and the trees and the damage and the pain in the ass that this is again. And the best part of it is, look how nice your weather is right now. It's a Mahaya, man. The sun is shining.
Cool.
Huh?
Nice, cool weather.
It's nice and cool. Mm-hmm. It's 73. I don't know what it is here, boy. Yesterday was bitter and nasty. Not that I'm complaining, you understand. And it looks to me like it might be a little of that kind of like the Amsterdam drip. You know, like there's somebody up there with a faucet. Look at that, a high of 46 today. What's not to like? Right now it's 43. And tomorrow, and the sun comes out tomorrow. 8, that's 46, 46, 48, and sunny on Friday. What's not to like? No hurricanes, no earthquakes. Yeah. No George Bush.
This is Neil Rogers.
No Smith.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
The federal government just learned about those people today.
Under withering criticism from both parties, Brown offered no apology and mostly blamed others for the debacle that cost hundreds of lives.
Mike Brown, there's no one left to blame. I said, Brownie, you're the government shame. I said, Brownie, 'cause your career's up in flame. There's no one I know who's more lame. George Bush, you'd better make him shut up before he says it was you who messed up. You can defend him, but I'm sure you will find many think that he should do time.
I was just tired and misspoke.
He's way too dumb to run the FEMA. Some people died when he ran FEMA.
Absolutely.
Now that everyone knows that your leadership blows, you can go back to your
horse shows. Today, both Republicans and Democrats criticize the fact that Brown is still on the federal payroll. That may be because as long as he remains an administration official, his testimony must be cleared by the White House.
And, of course, you remember that Brownie was the president of the International Arabian Horse Ass Association. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Arabian. See how all these Arabs are in bed with the Bush clan together? All these ragheads.
And sanctuary of outlaw regimes.
Yeah, that's it. That's what he's given. Anyway, we got over 300 votes on the poll. I'm not going to read the poll result again until the end of the show because, did I ever read it at all? Yeah, I did. That's enough. Because these people can't vote on it. They're left out. That's probably the only reason they want their power back on. They don't care about having food in their refrigerator and their washer and stuff like that and their TV.
So anyway.
Right?
Right. I got the hourlies. We just can't fax them to you.
Well, how about, can you read them?
I can read them to you.
Maybe somebody could read them to you.
I could read them here.
Sometimes you act so helpless like a child.
Right. I'm just mentioning. I got them right here. I can read them to you.
Let's get it. Let's hear it.
5 a.m. to 6 a.m. This is, of course, WQAM N2554.
Now, are we also going to get the waxy numbers so we can embarrass and humiliate them? Because we do anything to hurt them.
Oh! Hey, Duff, the waxy numbers, too!
Yeah, because they all begin with a... Oh! Come on, Duff, get with it. You got nothing else to do in there, okay?
How do you like that high-tech intercom I used just
That was good.
Anyway, 5 to 6 a.m., 3-9. 6 to 7 a.m.
Well, these are men 2554, okay?
Men 2554.
You better specify, because over the years I've been training the audience on Arbitron stuff.
I just said that. 2-4 from 6 to 7 a.m.
That's weak.
7 to 8-4-2. 8 to 9.
Wait a minute, 2 to 4. That's the big. Oh, he's not so
rock solid.
No. How about what at 7?
At 7-4-2.
Oh, now wait a minute. Before you go on, I was when these numbers came out, I was raving with the humper about, basketball's over in August, September. We didn't have the windbag, Ira Winderman, and it never dawned on me the NBA started up again already. I'm too busy with my hockey stuff. How about those Leafs last night? Overtime. Nice going, Eric. But anyway.
So you got 7 to 9,
shootout.
7 to 8-4-2.
Was shootout. What is it? Now listen to me. Do you hear what I just said?
Shootout.
So I need to find out. Ira, take him out and shoot him. If that crap is on again on a Humper show, because if it is, he's doomed.
I'll find out for you.
Oh, please. If they wouldn't listen to me and bring that Ira windbag back for an hour every morning, or sometimes twice a week. Anyway, go ahead. 7-8 is solid. Good.
4-2.
8 to 9.
8 to 9 also 4-2. How about that?
See? There you go. And that's mostly without Ira. Sans Ira.
9 to 10. 4-0.
So those last 3 hours there, that's the Humper show.
The
7 to 10. He's done pretty damn good.
Right.
I mean, not great, but moving on up to the right side.
We'll take it.
And that's because there's none of that crap in there. If they brought Ira back, I'm going to be wild. Go ahead.
10 o'clock. 6-9.
6-9, that's us.
11 to noon, 7-5.
7-5, holy moly, rat man.
Noon to 1, 7-1.
7-1, not too bad, especially against Rush, the pill-popping right-wing hypocrite. He still kicked his ass, I'm sure.
1 to 2, 6.7.
Okay.
All right, now 2 o'clock, 4.0.
4.0 for Mo. Nice going, Mo. That's a pretty good number for Mo. That's a big improve. See, that's it, because we keep publicizing it. Nice going, Mo, yes?
3 to 4, 3.8.
Oh. Okay, 4 to 5.
5.2.
Mad Dog.
Right. 5 to 6, 4.4. 6 o'clock, 3.2.
Mm-hmm. And that's because there's not much Mad Dog in there, because in the 6:30 to 7.5 hour we had that Marlins pregame and all kinds of other crap.
Shall I go on?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's okay. So let's see. I'll tell you right now. What?
All right. Go ahead. Do the average while I get the waxy numbers together here, which I have.
You got them?
Yep.
Oh, Joel, I hope you're not listening, man. It'll be so embarrassing. People will be laughing at you. They just see you and they'll be laughing. That's Joel Feinberg from that waxy. That's that idiot who thinks he's got a number. Let's see. Now, this can't be right. 9-4? Oh, no, I'm off by, let's see. 7 point, yeah, you're right. About a 7.1.
We'll take it.
Is what I get. I mean, it could be. It's
right.
at least a 7, huh?
Right, it's at least a 7. I have it.
Well, nice going there, George and Neil.
You.
And Josh.
And Boca Brian. And Duff.
No. Now, what? So what do we got for waxy here?
All right.
Now, wait a minute. Let's everybody get on the edge of your seat. You need a good laugh, okay? Everybody's depressed. You just went through a whole day of hell, and you're still going through hell trying to put the pieces of your life back together again. Here are 790 the tickets numbers there from the summer rating book, okay, in men 25 to 54, that desirous targeted demo, okay?
5 to 6 a.m., 0.2.
No, wait a minute. It's a 0.2.
Sorry. 6 to 7 a.m., a 1.
Oh!
No.
Wait, a 1?
A 1.3.
Oh.
Don't be hasty. 7 to 8, 1.4.
Okay, now let's take a look at it.
You can
Hank
draft
Goldberg's got a 4-2. They got a 1-4. He's tripled the little dog's number in there. It's exactly 3 times. 1-4 times 3 is a 4-2. Nice going, Humper. That's enough. Go ahead.
8 to 9 or 1-5. So it's 1-3.
1-5. 4-2 to a 1-5. He just spanked it, man. He spanked it.
At
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, 1-4.
1-4.
Right.
So Joe Rose breaks a 1, and now at 10 o'clock when they got that juice and omelet and toast and overnight Mark Mania, whatever his name is.
Hit the button.
Oh.
0.6.
Oh, no. A 0.6 at 10 o'clock. We got a 6.9, and they got a 0.6. Joel Feinberg, if I were you, I'd crawl under the table right now, under your desk, and I would just not come out again.
11 o'clock.
Oh.
0.9.
No.
Yes.
A 0.9 for O.J. McDuffie.
Well, that's what the O's for, I guess.
And toast and juice and...
Oh.
Okay, noon.
Noon.
Oh.
0.8.
Oh, there's something to be said for consistency in my wildest dreams. I told you, Joel, you're going to see a lot of in those numbers, baby.
All right, now give it a rest for 1 o'clock. In honor of 1 o'clock, they have a 1.
1-0? A 1.0?
0.4.
0.4, that's the booster.
Right.
2 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
0.6? No. 0.6?
Yes.
0.6?
0.6, right.
No. Oh, no.
All right, now calm down for the next 3 because they got to run here.
Okay, 3 o'clock, that's Dan LeBastard and Stugat.
Right, 1 point.
Oh!
Yeah. Exactly.
1. Mad
right.
Dog 3-8, they got a 1. Or no, that's Mo. Mo spanked him big time, 4-0 to a 0.6 and 3-8 to a 1 point.
Oh!
See, that damn Mo's catching on. I told you if we ripped
That's
his
right.
ass enough.
I think it's the
nice
new,
going, Mo.
And it's the haircut. It's that new.
It's the
lean
new improved
right.
Mo. It's that hairdo. It's the do and the little goatee. Is he still sporting that little goatee?
Yeah, he is, and I can copy
Nice going, Mo. The new look. The new Mo.
Now they got something going on from 4 to 7 because
they got Dan LeBastard.
I see, because they got a 2-1 at 4 o'clock.
Woo! Mad Dog 5-2, LeBastard 2-1. That's because he's so much younger and hipper than us.
At 5,
old Jews.
They have a 2.0.
Yeah,
at 5. 6,
yeah,
it's
6?
A 2.2.
Yeah.
And
that's as far as we need to go.
Right.
So at 6, it's 3-2 to a 2-2, and that's because Mad Dog's almost never on. He's only on 6:30 at least during baseball season. So that dispels the myth of how the Marlins really, the Marlins really were strong. You know something? Screw that crap, okay? These people that just don't understand, first of all, virtually every game is on television. Secondly, any sports fan would much rather hear the Mad Dog than hear a bunch of foreplay, okay, baseball foreplay. So that really hurts him badly. I still say, well, Mo done good.
Yes, he did.
Nice going, Mo. And Hopper, we all done good, except for that 6 to 7 hour, and that's an abortion because of the. And now, of course, that's gone. We got no more baseball. Although that Panther and the Panther preview don't start till after 7. Although, like tomorrow or Thursday. See, it's a 6:30 to 7. That 6:30 to 7 thing kills us. That just absolutely kills us. Couldn't we dispense with that stuff?
No.
No. See, they got to sell. They got to get spots in there so they can make their money back for the rights fees that they pay for a lot of this swill sports that they put on the air. We love the Panthers. They're really great. Panthers are tied for first place with Lightning last time I checked the division. Nice going at the Leaf-Boston game last night. One hell of a game. You see the new rules now. Wider, open, and wild, and woolly, and just psychotic stuff going on. And then the shootout, which I can't stand, but Eric Lindros come through for us. Nice going, Big Eric. He's kicking ass. Let's get hockey intensive. What do you say?
No.
Sorry.
You know, the weird thing about being in the studio is you can see everybody walking by.
And the other interesting thing is, why did the Panthers in Ottawa, why did they, postpone that game till December, Saturday night? There was nothing wrong Saturday night. Of course, there would have been about 10 people there. Based on what the Dolphins had Friday. Seriously, can you explain to me what was happening Friday? There was nothing going on. It wasn't even raining.
Maybe people thought it was coming earlier.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of town, you phonies, you wimps, you phony baloney. It goes to show the tremendous enthusiasm they have for their team. And you know something? Deservedly so. It's obvious that Joel is getting a real good goose from the Dolphin games being on that station. Not. Oh, they're gonna be thumping their chest, Mr. Ego over there, LeBastard. Well, I had the biggest numbers on the station, and I'm a big star. And blah, blah. You couldn't lick Mad Dog's butt, okay? You're not even the same category of human of species. And I use the word human loosely with you, LeBastard. You quisling, you silly.
You fair.
Yeah. So even the Boogster had an 0.6 in the 2 to 3 hour. That's disgraceful. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours out of these 13 hours that begin with a 0.
Hey, now
fractions.
Duff is going ahead and average the day parts for us over here, us compared to Waxy, if you want.
Who did?
Duff.
And what do we got?
Well, in the morning from 5 to 7 a.m., 2-8 to a 1-0. Us on top.
5 to 7 a.m. No. 2-8 for us and a 1-0. I got news for that. 2-8's a little. That's really not what I'd call
rock solid.
By any stretch of imagination. We got to get somebody on there that speaks English.
Hank.
The Humper, 7 to 10 a.m., yes?
4-1 to a 1-4. Kind of juxtaposed there.
3 times the Joe Rose audience on there, and as much as we like Joe, it goes to show you when you're on a sinking ship, you go down with them, okay, Joe? I hate to break the news to you.
Midday.
Because you guys are getting walloped over there. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, Joe, who's also walloping you guys' ass over there.
Howard from Boca.
That's right. The new Mo. Anyway, 10 to a 2.
7 point.
7 point.
To a 0.9.
7.0. 7 share to a 0.9. Joel, I'm going to tell you, you are right on our ass.
Okay.
You're just, okay, what else we got? 2 to 4?
2 to 4.
Mo.
3.9 to a...
Nice going, Mo.
To a... 0.8.
Woo! 0.8, what's the point? And 4 to 7.
4.4 to a 2.1.
4 for more than double.
Yeah.
So we got in some, we got like 80,000 times what they got.
Yes.
Take a look at that. That is just, Joel, if I were you, I just disappear. I just take a long walk. I go to the nearest window on an upper floor and just open it up. Maybe you don't have to open up. That's the good news. After yesterday, maybe he doesn't even have to open the window out.
I wish something would broken one of the windows up here out.
There you go. In fact, we really got broken windows?
No, I wish. I might throw a chair through one of these just to get some air in here.
Oh, that was probably the guy who put his fist through the wall.
This is Neil Rogers.
Rectum.
Hollywood International Airport has opened up one runway for private planes, but remains closed for commercial flights. Closed it. Got it?
Got it.
We still don't have complete power to the terminal or the airfield, said Jim Giargiello, airport director. We have water restored, but we don't have pressure. With both of those, we don't expect to have commercial operations today. The airport will decide later tonight whether commercial flights scheduled for tomorrow morning will be canceled, he said. How do you like that? So this could be a prolonged thing going on.
Really bummed about this school being out for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I'm sure of that. So you don't have to get up at 4 in the morning, whatever it is?
Well, we've got the pain in the ass kids home all day.
When driving, the Sun Sentinel says, watch out for puddles.
Okay.
Isn't that some very important advice? I still can't get over all those numbers with over there at the 790, okay, and spending $4.5 million a year for a horseball team that's 2-4 and going to be like maybe 3-13. That's bad, is what that is, Joel. Okay, so we're impressed. Your daddy's got a lot of money. Who are you kidding now, huh? Maybe if you went out there and handed out $100 bills on street corners, you could buy the audience, but I doubt it. They'd have to lie for you.
I'd listen for that.
Yeah, for at least you'd pretend you listen.
That's right.
After the storm, avoid driving through puddles of rainwater, it says here, and here's why. Engine intake system. Water in the intake system ultimately gets to the pistons, which are designed to compress air. And is that the Fort Wayne Pistons Honors or the Detroit Pistons? But water doesn't compress, and the resulting pressure inside the engine can bend piston rods or crack the engine block. Either essentially ruins the engine. The transmission, water makes the gears slip. And brakes, if the rotors are very hot, exposure to water can warp them, and there's nothing worse than a warped rotor. The result is your car will vibrate when you try to brake, especially at the higher speeds. In addition, water may get into the brake lines and cause brake failure immediately or later when you least expect it. You hit the brake and nothing. Right?
Right.
Isn't that what Manfred Mann said? Something about warped rotors?
Something like that.
Yeah. I still don't know the lyrics to that song.
Blinded by the light?
Soon after the winds die down, people looking to turn a profit on the hurricane will show up, but be on the lookout for profiteers and price gougers. And like I said, with new Florida law that went into effect October 1, they try to rip you off, bada bing! And I'm sure the governor will personally come in and give you like a gold medal and pat you on the back. And the people from the NRA will, too. They'll send everybody down. If you need, why do you keep cracking your knuckles and driving me nuts? You never do that in the other studio. Are you under a lot of stress in there? Is that it?
Well, I always crack my knuckles, but I was
not
tapping sheets.
Not so loud.
I only know how to do it one way.
Knucklehead. So how's the food coming from
we can't
Mr.
get through.
Doughboy?
Hey, Doughboys, if you're listening, we can't get through to them on a phone, mobile, or otherwise.
Why not?
All circuits are busy. We don't like your kind up here. You name it.
Huh. Where are they again?
Fort Lauderdale, right on the causeway.
Well, they're not going to bring you pizza. Are you crazy?
Why the hell not?
They're not going to come from Fort Lauderdale all the way down there to the Dade Broward line.
Well, there's one on Pines Boulevard also.
Well, that's not so far.
It's way the hell out west, though.
That's, like I said, not so far. It's closer than Fort Lauderdale.
Might be.
But we can't get through anyway, so.
Yeah, we're lost.
Well, they must be listening right now, Joe boys. Where do we get that from? Oh, no, that's right. We don't have anything to do with them.
Oh, they called us.
They did?
Yeah, they called me. They said to tell everybody about their one open on Pines, not just in Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
So call back, sir. We'd like some
please
pizza.
call back, because these guys are starving over there and like to have at least 5 pies apiece to take home. One on the way home, like Fat Rich would do.
Oh, no.
What?
Nothing.
What is it that he ate that time?
True.
Remember that? That cheesecake. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought in those humongous, real heavy cheesecakes. Each one weighed about 75 pounds, and he ate one driving from the station down to his house in Kendall that time in the car on the way home, probably with his hands.
Probably. Ew.
Just like in Fatso. Remember when she went nuts and she started digging through that birthday cake, and then
You ate the yoni!
Yeah. Well, he'd already eaten half of it anyway.
Right.
Soon after the winds died down, people looked to turn a profit, the price gougers. If you need something, first ask a friend or relative who lives outside the emergency area to deliver or ship it to you.
Right.
This is especially helpful for big-ticket items. Delivery, though, may take days. Especially there ain't no mail delivery right now. Everything's a mess. You can try to bargain with gougers, but it won't be easy. People who load trucks with goods and drive to emergency areas do it to make a quick buck, make money fast, to exploit your desperation and your misery. Don't hire unlicensed roofers or contractors or fly-by-night tree trimmers. If you know that gouging is occurring, report it to the State Attorney General's office in South Florida. Call 1-866-966-7226. 966-7226. Media reports, including the names of people or businesses accused of gouging, can often help prevent the spread of profiteering. There you go. So if somebody tries to gouge you, call the Attorney General's office and bitch him out. When in doubt, cuss him out. 1-866-966-7226. We could post all this stuff on our website, but you know what? What's the point? Nobody can see it anyway. Nobody's got no power. 6 million people in Florida with no power. But have no fear, because there are two things they ought to be very confident in. Number one is FEMA, and number two is FP&L. With those two things going for you, by the year 2525, life should be back to abnormal. It'd be great. Here's the poll so far. Not too many votes because nobody's got no power. 328. That's kind of great considering. Our goal is 350.
350 what?
Votes.
Oh.
We got 328. Who or what do you fear most? George W. Bush, 96. Religious nuts are right on his ass, though, with 76. It's a two-horse race. Loss of freedom is 28, and you can thank the above two for that. Old age, 20. South Florida driver, 17. Dick Cheney, 17. Terrorist, 16. Black folks, 15. Job loss, 10. Hurricanes, only 10. Solamente 10. Bird flu, 6. Dieci. World War 4. Tornadoes, 3. STDs, 3. Cops, 2. Gays, 2. Flying, 2. Criminals, 1. And Joel Feinberg still got the big...
Oh!
Hey, at least you're consistent, Joel. Everywhere we look with your name on it, there's a big O. Wow. If we could just butch up that 5 to 7 in the morning, we'd be rock solid in there, you know what?
Rock solid.
Put somebody on the air that somebody would want to hear.
Like who?
I don't know. How about Mo? Get Mo back in there. Although, no, Mo's solidified his position there 2 to 4. If I was the
Eddie K's in for him, by the way.
I beg your pardon?
Eddie K is filling in for Mo because he's coming back from the football game that he called, I guess.
Yeah. Well, how's he coming back? He can't get back.
I guess he's walking.
He did Monday Night Football last night?
I have no idea what game
Atlanta,
it was.
and who the hell they beat? Atlanta beat somebody. Who'd they play last night?
Wasn't it Atlanta and New York?
And Atlanta won.
Yeah,
Atlanta kicked their ass.
27-14.
What was it? The Jets?
Yeah.
They kicked the Jets' ass. How do you like that? Oh, Jets. The S stands for suck.
Maybe that's why he's not working.
Oh, that's right. He was probably the Jets announcer in that game, even though the network didn't think so, but sure he was. So no Mo today. That's bad because we wanted to personally pat him on his bald spot and congratulate him for those 2 good solid hours in there between 2 and 4.
Rock solid.
The new Mo, but no Mo today. The new Mo, you'll have to wait till, not tomorrow either. Because for some reason we got Geldy in Philadelphia on the schedule tomorrow 2 to 4, which I guess that has to do with tomorrow night's Panther game, or Thursdays. But what's that all about? I'll tell you, there's just some strange, but don't ask any questions. Just go with the flow, you know? Go with the flow and to hell with Mo. No Mo today. We got, who'd you say, Curtis?
Eddie K.
Eddie K, like I thought you said. And then we got Mad Dog at 4, and then the Panthers stuff. Panthers at the Penguins tonight. Things are pretty... So who's going to do Eddie K show tonight? Don't tell me he's doing a double header.
Who knows? I haven't heard yet.
Double dipper for the odds. What are the odds on that? 26 past noon at QAM.
Just a reminder for our radio listeners that the end of the world is going to come next Tuesday at 4:30 p.m., and the Department of Health has requested homeowners to unplug all electrical appliances, turn off radios and TV sets, and disconnect gas stoves and furnaces. The post office recommends that you mail early in the day, and for those with automobiles, alternate side of the street parking will be suspended. That's the end of the world next Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Mark it down.
I can't get over what that Huey said today. He's got a lot of noise to talk about me that way. I don't give a crap what that Barry has to say. If he wants to smoke pink cigars, then let him. Why, I'll have you know, I know what I'm talking about. Every morning at the condo, I take the elevator down, and on my way to the car, when I pull my folding basket out, I grab a free condo paper. The toys are back in town. The toys are back in town. I said the toys are back in town. Why, you little... I'm the god of all you sport old fools. I know everything that's going on in the news. Why, I even know all the new Mahjong rules. I'm hip to the jive, Daddy-O.
Too bad you're going down today. It's the better show when I take your place. I know I ain't no Ed Hoyley, but when they drop, my voice will change.
You little smoothie.
Okay, 28 till 1. No Mo today. We got Eddie K today instead of the Mo Meister, instead of the new and improved Mo. Anyway, we got some bad news from Iraq.
No.
Death count.
Again,
take a guess.
2,000.
You got it.
Really?
The war in Iraq saw 2 milestones today that reflect the country's path to democracy. Oh, boy, who wrote this? And it's human toll, as officials said the referendum on a draft constitution passed, and a lot of people are passing gas because the U.S. military death toll reached 2,000.
Oh, my God.
2,000 dead people based on a war built on lies, and, of course, nobody's saying, impeachment right now, go straight to jail, do not pass go, do not collect, et cetera, and so on. They're not saying that. And you know what? What's the point? Why even get upset? Okay, I'm not going to go through all these. So what did we find out? We don't have any food coming in. Is that the only alternative? What about Chuck's? I'm sure he's not open over there across the street, right?
I don't know. It's a disaster area down here. I don't see any electricity on. I can't imagine anybody would be open around here.
Well, what about a place where they don't need electricity?
Like what?
Where they serve rotten food.
Raw veggies? The vegetable
spoiled
stand?
crap.
Sonny's Market with the raw veggies?
There ain't no more Sonny's Market.
I know.
Won't see poor Sonny no more.
That's too bad. He was here for a short time, not a long time.
Civil rights icon. Can I get into my rest of my pile here? We could put on a couple of these silly-ass calls about, well, I'm still alive. No, they were good. We took 3 good calls, and that was fine. And we'll probably pop another 1 or 2 in there, too. 2,000 deaths.
4-hour patrol. We just got back some hours ago, and I spoke to them about these casualty numbers. They themselves, this unit, lost 14 troops in the span of just about 45 days in June and July of this summer when IEDs were exploding on this area. This is thought to be, according to the military, where the insurgents are staging their operations in the capital. This is where they're assembling their weapons. This is where they are amassing forces. And so this is where U.S. troops are still very much in battle. And when we were out there, I asked them about the casualties. They say, of course, that those that they knew, those that were killed, are constantly in the back of their mind.
In the back of their mind. Well, that's good. Speaking of dead people, Rosa Parks died. Everybody knows old Rosa. 92. You see that? The Lord blessed Rosa because she had the big pair. She had a big, big pair of cojones. And she went on the bus and said, you get out my way. Is that what she said?
Something like that.
Honky. Rosa Parks, whose act of civil disobedience in 1955 inspired the modern civil rights movement, died in Detroit yesterday. She was 92. Believe me, that's old enough. Park's moment in history began in December '55 when she refused to give up her seat on a bus to a white man in Montgomery, Alabama, with a banjo on her knee. Her arrest triggered a 381-day boycott of the bus system by blacks that was organized by 26-year-old Baptist minister the Reverend Martin Luther King, Jr. The boycott led to a court ruling desegregating public transportation in Montgomery, but it wasn't until the '64 Civil Rights Act that all public accommodations nationwide were desegregated. Only 64, that's only 41 years ago. Are we making some serious progress?
No.
Or what? No.
Leaps and bounds.
Name me a black senator, by the way.
Barack Obama. Oh, no, senator, you said.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's him.
He's a senator? Oh, I thought he was House. Never mind. There you go.
You better get with it.
Hey, it ain't my senator.
Name me another one.
I'm done.
That's it. What was the senator from Massachusetts, the black senator that was had that big scandal, I don't know, a long time ago? Republican. Facing regular threats and having lost her department store job because of her activism, Parks moved from Alabama to Detroit in '57. She later joined the staff of U.S. Representative John Conyers, a Michigan Democrat and a great American. We like John Conyers a lot. There's a guy with a big pair of balls. Remember what he said to Michael Moore?
Yeah.
He said, I got news for you. Sit down, son. We don't read this crap. And he showed him the 85,000 pages of that bill. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
He said, sit down, son, and have a couple of sandwiches. Conyers, who first met Parks during the early days of the civil rights struggle, recalled Monday that she worked on his original congressional staff when he first elected the House in '64. I think that she, as the mother of the new civil rights movement, has left an impact not just on the nation but on the world, he told CNN. She was a real apostle of nonviolence movement. He remembered her as somebody who never raised her voice, an eloquent voice of the civil rights movement. He treated her with deference because she was so quiet, so serene, just a very special person. There was only one, Rosa Parks. Wait till you hear this. Guess what her longtime friend attorney's name was, who said that Parks died between 7 and 8 p.m. of natural causes on Monday. He called her a lady of great courage. His name is Gregory Reed.
Huh. How do you like that?
Oh, my God. If I was him, I would change my name. Parks co-founded the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development to help young people pursue educational opportunities, get them registered to vote, and work toward racial peace. As long as there's unemployment, war, crime, and things that go to the infliction of man's inhumanity to man regardless, there is so much to be done, and people need to work together, she said. Can't we all get along? So Rosa Parks is dead. That's bad.
By the way, there was Senator
American
Brooks
troops
from
in Baghdad, in Iraq. What? Beg your
Hello?
pardon?
Senator Brooks?
Who you were talking about before?
Edwin Brooks.
Republican?
Was that his name?
Yes.
Yeah, black Republican guy, and he got involved in some big scandal, some whatever it was, and he's dead, I think. Was it Brooks or Brooke?
Brooks.
Like I said. So anyway, it's a few years ago. He's dead. No, only one black senator, that's Barack Obama. No more blacks in the Senate that I can think of. Come a long way. Not racist. Bunch of honkies, man. Bunch of right-wing, Bible-thumping bigots is what's running America now. And like I said, all these trees that got uprooted, Lady Bird Johnson would be so proud of you if you planted a tree, a shrub, or a bush. Oops. Moving along very rapidly. Jim Loeb writes for the Interpress Service. Who's Jim Loeb? He's the guy that writes. Frustrated Scowcroft assails neocons in Cheney. Oh, this is good. Now, there's Joseph Wilson.
Fake report was highly doubtful. As it turned out, Wilson's assessment did not put the yellow cake issue to rest. It came up again 10 months later.
And, of course, all those forged documents, too. We had that story on the website, if anybody gets their power back.
I could go for some yellow cake right now.
Yeah, that sounds good. How about some of that tomato soup cake from Grace and Passions, who's been written off the show? Tomato soup cake. 1 week after a top aide to former Secretary of State Colin Powell issued a blistering attack on foreign policy making in the Bush administration, Brent Scowcroft, who served as National Security Advisor under Bush 1, Papa Bush, assailed neocons who persuaded the president to go to war in Iraq. In an interview with the New Yorker magazine, Scowcroft, whose relations with the Bush administration had been badly strained since he publicly warned against invading Iraq 7 months before U.S. troops crossed over from Kuwait, argued that the invasion was counterproductive. This was said to be part of the war on terror, but Iraq feeds terrorism, Scowcroft told the magazine, adding that the war risked moving public opinion against any new foreign policy commitments for some time, just as the Vietnam War did during the late 70s and through the 80s. Vietnam was visceral in the American mind, said Scowcroft, who also served as National Security Advisor in the mid-70s under Gerald Ford. This was a really bitter period to turn us against foreign policy adventures deeply. This is not that deep, but we're moving in that direction. Scowcroft's remarks come at a critical moment. According to recent opinion polls, the government's performance in the wake of Katrina, Bush's choice of his personal attorney to serve on the Supreme Court, and the lack of progress achieved in Iraq have combined to put the president's approval ratings at below 40%. Even Joel can't believe how low those numbers are. Moreover, there's a growing likelihood that a federal special prosecutor will indict top administration officials. They are thought to have played a key role in trying to discredit and punish whistleblower Joseph Wilson, who had publicly questioned its rationale for going to war in Iraq. The probe has cast a dark cloud over the White House at a moment when it can least afford it. The administration was also unpleasantly surprised by the cascading media coverage given to a talk at New American Foundation last week by retired General Lawrence Wilkerson, Powell's top aide for 16 years, in which he accused Cheney and Pentagon Chief Donald Rumsfeld of leading a cabal that circumvented the formal policy-making and intelligence processes in order to take the country to war in Iraq. There's no question about it. 2,000 Americans are dead because of a bunch of lies because the neocons cooked it up ahead of time, and everybody says, well, what are we going to do about the hurricane? Where are we going to get some lunch? And by the way, where the hell is that lunch?
I know. I'm going to holish.
Come on, you guys. Now, they must be swamped. Can you imagine? We appreciate their, they lied to us. I mean, they let us down the path.
Sucking us in for a free plug?
Right. Now, I don't mind giving them a plug. Maybe they'll bring food tomorrow.
Maybe.
When they get their act together a little bit, because I would imagine once we put it on here about doughboys.
Right.
I mean, what wouldn't be nice to then open up the door and have somebody bring in about 6 boxes, piled high.
Oh, yeah.
With Pappy Rooney and sausage and onions.
Deep dish.
Really heavy-duty mozzarella.
Oh, yeah.
Real thick. Or maybe even some Siciliano. Sans cheese. Sans queso.
I like the cheese.
19 to 1 at QM. We got Eddie K for the Mo Meister at 2 because Mo is, he's in limbo somewhere.
She takes long daytime naps. She leaves her teeth right on the bedside table all through the day. People would say to me he's older than his mother. According to his friends, his new wife may wear the pants. To me he's older than his mother.
1246, and who in their right mind gives a crap about them? Nobody in their right mind. That's the operative part. Over the age of 6. Okay, now I want you to let's recap the gas stations,
okay,
and the restaurants and the Home Depots. Because in a minute, when you're done doing that, I got a schlockbuster of a story from the New York Times. Cheney told aide of CIA officer lawyers report. Your vice president is in deep crap, man. I'm going to tell you, deep doo-doo. Even the people in New Orleans never saw doo-doo like this. He was the one who disclosed to Scooter Libby about Valerie Plame. How do you like that?
Uh-huh.
As opposed to what, and of course, now comes the perjury part, because already Scooter Libby testified that, he learned about it from journalists. Yeah, journalists my ass. How do you like that, Scooter? Get on your Segway and scoot right out of town, because they're going to nail your ass. Okay, anyway, what do we got? We got these places.
Citgo, 72nd Street and 87th Avenue. Presumably that's Miami, of course. 72nd Street and 62nd Avenue. 56th Street and 67th Avenue. These are all Citgo gas stations that are supposedly open with gas. Publix on 112th and 132nd Avenue. The Publix and Dadeland are both open. The South Miami Hospital Cafeteria is open with Jell-O and sandwiches. Goodfellas Restaurant, 186th and 104th Avenue in Cutler Ridge is open, as is Jumbo's at 7501 Northwest 7th Avenue. There is gas at 92nd and Bird, whatever that is. It must be a Genericus Maximus gas station. It doesn't have a name. The Walmart at Coral Springs is open.
Walmart.
Sample Road and Turtle Creek. Publix Info has a number here. This is just on scattered sheets of paper. 800-242-1227 for Publix Info. I guess call them and find out if there's a Publix near you or something like that. Winn-Dixie is open on 183rd Street and 57th Avenue in Miami. The Publix on 186th and 67th Avenue is open. Nothing. CSS is selling generators. 954-410-0809. That's 954-410-0809. Mobile Gas on US 1 and 57th Avenue is open. Doughboys is open, but you can't call them. 829 17th Street Causeway in Fort Lauderdale and 172 in Pines in Pembroke Pines. The Latin Cafeteria on 12th Avenue and West 29th Street in Hialeah is open, and the Home Depot...
What about the Cafeteria Santeria?
I'm sure that's closed, with all those pets. Home Depot, Oakwood Plaza, is open. Publix on 184th and Miramar Parkway in Pembroke Pines is open, and the Publix on Sample and 441 in Margate is open. There's a Citgo on 441 in Hallandale Beach Boulevard, which supposedly is open, whether or not they have gas. I hope, because I'm going to drive by there. And there's a Walgreens on Bird and Red, which is open, and Bird and East Flagler Walgreens is also open.
Excellent. Now, what about that Walgreens by you there on the corner?
I don't know. Oh, the one over here? I don't know.
What about the BP on the corner?
I don't know. Nothing was... Oh, the BP was trashed when I drove by it this morning. Like,
really?
Big sign down and yellow tape and all that.
Woo!
Yeah, completely trashed.
Man, bad news.
Yeah.
Although one good piece of news.
We're number one, damn it!
And Joel is number un. Joel is number... Oh! Yeah.
That's better than one, isn't it?
Wow. Talk about doing a number. Man, oh man. He's probably right now doing a 1, a 2, and a 3. Uno, dos, tres with Scotty Mac. Cheney told aide of CIA officer lawyers report from today's New York Times by David Johnston, Richard W. Stevenson, and Douglas Gell. I, Louis Libby Jr., Vice President Dick Cheney's chief of staff, first learned about the CIA officer at the heart of the leak investigation in a conversation with Mr. Cheney weeks before her identity became public in 2003. Lawyers involved in the case said yesterday. Notes of the previously undisclosed conversation between Mr. Libby and Mr. Cheney on June 12, 2003 appear to differ from Mr. Libby's testimony to a federal grand jury that he initially learned about the CIA officer Valerie Wilson from journalists, the lawyers said. The notes taken by Mr. Libby during the conversation for the first time place Mr. Cheney in the middle of an effort by the White House to learn about Mrs. Wilson's husband, Joe Wilson, who was questioning the administration's handling of intelligence about Iraq's nuclear program to justify the war, who was pointing out the fact that they lie like hell. He said, yellow cake my ass. And they tried to.
With a spatula.
Lawyers involved in the case who described the notes to the New York Times... I'm getting choked up about this because it's so exciting. Said they showed that Mr. Cheney knew that Ms. Wilson worked at the CIA more than a month before her identity was made public, and her undercover status was disclosed in a syndicated column by fascist Robert D. Novak on July 14, 2003, who belongs, by the way, on death row, Bob Novak. And I'm so glad to see that he has to walk with a cane and he hobbles along like he's on death's door. Mm-hmm. Oh, hallelujah, there must be a God. There's only...
Oh, God!
Mr. Libby's notes indicate that Mr. Cheney had gotten his information about Ms. Wilson from George J. Tennant, the director of the CIA, in response to questions from the vice president about Mr. Wilson, but they contain no suggestion that either Mr. Cheney or Mr. Libby knew at the time of Ms. Wilson's undercover status or that her identity was classified. Disclosing a covert agent's identity can be a crime, but only if the person who disclosed it knows the agent's undercover status. Right. It would not be illegal for either Mr. Cheney or Mr. Libby, both of whom are presumably cleared to know the government's deepest secrets, to discuss the CIA officer or her link to the critic of the administration, but any effort by Mr. Libby to steer investigators away from his conversation with Mr. Cheney could be considered by the special counsel, Patrick Fitzgerald, to be an illegal effort to impede the inquiry. How about perjury? Sounds good to me.
Okay.
White House officials didn't respond to requests for comment, and Mr. Libby's lawyer, Joseph Tate, wouldn't comment on Mr. Libby's legal status. Randall Sanborn, spokesman for Mr. Fitzgerald, declined to comment on the case. Any day now, any minute now. It's going to be coming right across the wires, right on my TV here.
Client sparked a bus boycott that was checked.
How do you like that? Any minute. And the fact you got power there. Now, how is it? We got generator power, is that it?
That's what we have here. Just this little corner of the building, you know. Like where the studios are.
And what about Kentucky Fried? Is that still standing like Elton John?
Well, it's still upright, although their sign is in our parking lot.
No.
Yes.
Well, you better hang on to it. The colonel would be proud.
That's a good idea. Blackmail. Might look good on the wall.
Tell him we don't mind the sign being here, but we sure don't want none of them chickens getting blown in there with what's going on with that Asian flu now.
Hey, I'll eat anything at this point.
Yeah, there you go. Anybody that's got even some birds, some poultry infected with avian flu, bring it by. These guys will eat it. So very seriously, what are people going to be doing about food? Well, you had some Publixes there that were open, and a Winn-Dixie or two.
Well, we're stocked up. I mean,
and then you got the hospital cafeteria. Woo, man! I'd rather fast. I'd rather pretend it was Yom Kippur for about a week than go eat that stuff.
I wonder if they have the green Jell-O.
Man wades naked above Niagara Falls Rapids. I love this story. This is Niagara Falls, New York, by the way, in case the humper wants to go up there. A Chinese performance artist appeared in city court in Niagara Falls, New York yesterday for wading naked into the rapids above Niagara Falls as part of a stunt that went wrong. He Yun Chang, 38, of Beijing, was charged with disorderly conduct and exposing himself in public, both violations after being arrested by Niagara Park police Saturday afternoon. He was ordered to return to court November 4th. Police said the man stripped off his clothes and waded to within 40 to 50 yards of the brink of the falls. He tried anchoring himself with a rope to an unknown object, intending to stay in the water for 24 hours, but the knot came loose, and so he began making his way back to shore, naked. A tourist concerned the man was attempting suicide called park police who took him out of the water. 2 University of Buffalo students who were filming the stunt were also charged with disorderly conduct. Chang, who on Friday sat naked in a plexiglass box full of wet concrete in front of a Buffalo art gallery as part of another stunt, is in the U.S. for a university at Buffalo called The Wall, Reshaping Contemporary Chinese Art. A lot of Chinese people I wouldn't mind seeing naked, but he ain't one of them, I'm sure. Trust me. 100 votes for George Bush on the poll today. What or who do you fear most? Now they will fear you, George. 83 for religious nuts. 355. I told you our goal was 350, and we made it already. Woo. Let's really set a high water mark, so to speak. That's bad. That's a bad term to be using these days. Let's set a high goal. Let's go for 375. What do you say? We can do it.
You must.
We can do it, Joel, okay? Because when it comes to the big numbers, we got them and you don't. You guys suck. You're an embarrassment to this industry, okay? You're not even a part of the industry. Stu Gott's my ass.
Does he?
What a joke.
Where does he got it?
What a joke. Put a bunch of children on over there trying to play radio, and they're going to not work. And not only that, but this, keep in mind, this is with all the tremendous publicity help from their buddy Barry Jackass, who's, got that incestuous relationship with the Herald in 790, and Jim Sarney, who can't write enough about them. Oh, he's too busy writing about 760 in Palm Beach that nobody knows what that is. Boy, how do we do it? How the hell do we do it? We sure don't do it with the help of the media. And, of course, little Tom Jicka, who lost his radio in the flood, I guess. He had a flood in his pants and lost his radio down in there, something. He wouldn't know a radio if somebody jammed 15 of them up his
rectum
butt. But we still do it in spite of that. How do you like that? 1256 at 560 WQM. Ed Kaplan for the Mowmeister, for the new and improved Mowman, who had some pretty nice numbers there in the summertime. Nice going, Mo. You go, Mo. See, we're saying nice things about him today, and conveniently he's not there.
Damn it.
And then tomorrow we got Geldy and Philly filling in for him. I just and then Curtis on Thursday, it says here, just dawned on me, we'll have to wait till Friday to confabulate and congratulate, based on my extrapolations.
Oh, this is Arnold. This is not a tumor. It's the 1 to 2 hour.
Tired of the same old restaurants? Try the Cafeteria Santeria of Hialeah.
How much is that doggy on the menu? The one with the barbecue tail. How much is that doggy on the menu? I'm sure glad the chef's out of jail.
That's right. No matter what the weather's like outside, it's always raining cats and dogs at the Cafeteria Santeria of Hialeah. We'll make your stomach stop growling and make your neighbor's pit bull stop doing the same thing. Talk about delicious. Your meal is always fresh. We kill it right on the premises. For a heavenly meal at a sacrifice price, it's the Cafeteria Santeria. Try it once. You'll eat there religiously.
How much is that doggy on the menu? The one that is fried in deep fat. Please bring me that doggy on the menu. And bring a side order of cat.
Walk, run, or catch a greyhound for the Cafeteria Santeria of Hialeah, where we give new meaning to the word pet food.
102 at 560 WQAM. Pretty interesting. 38 people have read that story online, Josh. In fact, the top 2 reads so far, that one about the ice and water and food and all of these things, and the other one about power can be out for 4 weeks.
Well, I see the out-of-state people are interested.
Not. No, in fact, they're not even reading the others are. Maybe there are no out-of-state people. Maybe this is a myth. Maybe it's something I've created in my own mind.
Maybe.
I'm serious. At any rate, something, when the bottom line comes, who cares? Because out-of-state people don't get into Arbitron diaries anyway.
That's
and,
right.
of course, we're like kicking ass in Arbitron, unlike Joel, who's kicking his own ass. Hey, Joel, don't start throwing the furniture around. We got enough damage already, probably, from this damn storm, from Wilma. Don't be throwing crap around.
supporting because not only do you have the wind and the rain, but it's also very cold. Nor'easters.
Oh, they got that nor'easter. That's Chatham, Massachusetts, where this guy is, which we can now see his face. Pull the hood back over it again. Poll majority reject evolution. This is scary. This is Zion America, baby. It's no hope. No hope. Most Americans do not accept the theory of evolution. Instead, 51% of Americans say God created humans in their present form. Another 3 in 10, 30%. How many?
About 30, man.
Say that while humans evolved, God guided the process. Just 15% say humans evolved and that God was not involved. Oh, and I'm sitting here trying to do a radio show? Forget about it. These views are similar to what they were in November 2004, shortly after the presidential election. Is that incredible or what?
That's pretty incredible.
The question on the origin of human beings, asked both this month and in November 2004, offered the public 3 alternatives. Human beings evolved from less advanced forms of life over millions of years, and God did not directly guide this process. Human beings evolved from less advanced life forms over millions of years, but God guided the process. Or God created human beings in their present form. How about a fourth choice? There is no God. It's a bunch of fairy tales, you idiots, you quislings, you...
You fairy.
Yeah, BS artists. Oh, well, God did it, the Lord. Oh, there's Jackie Jarris.
So quickly,
No, it's not. It's
moving
Bonnie
to the
Schneider.
northeast right now at 53 miles per hour.
See,
that
that
is
thing is
fast.
zooming way
the
out
storm
in
is
the
a
land.
Category
See
2
that?
with maximum winds at 105
Showing up.
miles per hour. And as it comes over the water, these cooler waters, we're likely to see it become extratropical very soon as it continues to push up in this direction. Now, I mentioned that it is influencing the nor'easter to some
Boy,
degree.
look at that
Some
rain
of the
and some
energy
snow there.
from
Oh, look at
Wilma
that.
and from
Upstate
Alpha,
New York.
remember that tropical depression? Some of that is
All over New York
enhanced into
State.
this area of low pressure that is
Like
pounding New England
just
with these
south of
winds
Toronto.
coming
You
in
see
from
that?
the northeast. That's how a nor'easter
All
gets
that
its name.
crap, that
In the
huge
cooler
blob
areas,
scares us.
higher elevations,
We've only
this
got local
rain will
channels
turn
here,
to
so.
snow,
Buffalo,
especially
Albany,
tonight. So if you're
Montreal,
going to be driving
Philadelphia,
anywhere into
Washington,
upstate New York,
Pittsburgh,
back out towards
Cleveland,
western
Boston,
Mass,
Portland,
into
Maine,
Vermont and New Hampshire,
Bangor,
very
Maine.
dangerous. We're likely to see that black ice
Oh, I
develop
can't say
tonight
Bangor?
when the water
Sorry.
covers the roads
Bangor.
at night. You can't see the ice. Temperatures will dip below freezing in this region, and the rain continues to be quite heavy. The wind gusts have been persistently strong, especially across Boston. 44 miles.
44 mph. How do you like that? Windy here, 29 mph, eh? Good day to stay inside and eat the bratwurst. Anyway, the results were not much different between the answers to the question and those given when a specific timeline was included in the final alternative. God created human beings in their present form within the last 10,000 years. Oh, my head is throbbing. Americans most likely to believe in only evolution are liberals, 36%, those who rarely or never attend religious services, 25%, and those with a college degree or higher, 24%. In other words, smart people don't buy the bubble mices. The masses, the asses out there, the flat earth crowd, that's the crowd. You got to be really scared. Like on that poll today, religious nuts, crazy people. While white evangelicals, 77%, weekly churchgoers, 74%, and conservatives, 54%, are most likely to say God created humans in their present form. In other words, morons. People dumber than a box of rocks, dumber than sawdust, dumber than cockroaches, dumber than chinchillas, dumber than chia pets, dumber than Maddie Bell. Well, you should have stopped me. I'm getting a little carried away.
Yeah, calm down.
So what else? Now, I noticed you haven't flipped on channel 6 or 7 or 4 or 10 or any of those others.
We have 10, 4, and 7.
But have they got anything that we ought to be knowing about and passing along to the public? Because, we're doing a hell of a service, and a lot of people are just sitting in their cars.
Schools
a lot of people got their transistor sister out.
Everything's
What?
closed. They're showing wreckage, and on the crawl they have everything that's closed, which is everything.
Yeah.
How's that? Everything's
Well,
closed.
I could have wasted a lot of time and gone through that list of all those events that are scheduled, like the fingernail painting contest and some of this other stuff.
You must.
But I'm not. I won't.
Yeah, don't.
U.S. diplomat points to neo. Let's take one call now. We got any calls flashing on that board or not?
Yes, we do.
Okay, let's punch one up. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Uncle Mill.
Yes, sir.
When you get this all blows over, you got a week of shows on Jimmy Cephalo's play-by-play Friday night.
Really?
It sounded like a baseball game. It was so funny.
Yeah,
it was
there sure could have been any
absolutely
crowd noise.
hysterical. If you could just grab up a tape of any of the first or second quarter of his play-by-play, and we love Joe, I know, but he's no Jim Mandich either. It is absolutely hysterical how bad they are.
Well, thanks for the good news. That pleases me even more and pisses Joel off even more.
All right.
Have a great day, pal. You okay? Everything all right by you?
Yeah, a tree fell in my house, but I'm fine.
You'll be all right.
Going around.
Should be our biggest problem. Have a great day, pal. See, a tree fell. And see, people are all upset about trees. I mean, we like trees. They provide some shade, and, the squirrels and rats climb up them, and other than that. Right. And the birds. And the birds, of course, have got that avian flu they're carrying around, so shoot them.
I have some news here.
Oh, now the way he said that.
I know. I'm on
the
the
way he said
nothing, just what I'm getting called in with. There's a National Tool Supply on 5725 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard. They have generators. The number there is 954-963-7222.
Say it again because I stepped on it. 954-963-7222. 7222, which Joel only wishes he had a 22.
Well, one of those hours is.
So there you go. So if you need a generator, better soon than later, there's a place right there on Hallandale Beach Boulevard. 954-963-7222. Easy to remember.
Right.
Go buy one for George and one for Josh.
Oh, no, I got a generator. I just need
You
some
do?
gas for it, yeah.
Huh. Oh, you got to go get gas for it at that Citgo there.
Yeah, the one that doesn't have any gas.
Well, go over there to the Shell over by where you live, right there by where we used to work.
Okay. That's
on Sheridan Street.
Well, that's what I'm doing all afternoon is just driving around until I find
wasting gas, running out of gas.
Wasting gas, looking for gas.
Looking for a gas station. Not a good idea.
Although I'm glad I got that four-wheel drive.
Because I think I'll probably have to take several days off in honor of the hurricane because the way Josh called me. Hey, Josh, that was, anytime you do call, it's very strange. I think what he was testing was if I was going to hang up whenever it was him.
You threatened not to.
Yeah, and I already said Friday that we amended our ways or amended our fences, whatever the hell it was. Not really, but I don't mind hearing from Duff, but Clarence, he always sounds like suicidal. Of course, if you were him. U.S. diplomat points to neocon ideology behind actions in Iraq. This is from Agence France Press. Okay? I wonder if that's kin to Bill Press or Press Your Pants. A veteran U.S. diplomat who served as a government advisor in Iraq says U.S. policy in the country at the initial stage of the occupation was driven by neoconservative ideology rather than careful preparation and clear understanding of issues. Ambassador Robin Raphael, who has been, that's not Raphael, it's Raphael, who has been with the Foreign Service since 1977 and once served as Assistant Secretary of State, delivered her unusually candid remarks in a July 2000 interview for a relatively obscure history program at the U.S. Institute of Peace. And who doesn't like a good peace every now and then?
Right.
It's remained unnoticed until now, while increasing numbers of Americans begin to question the Bush administration's involvement in Iraq. 2,000 dead American soldiers as of right now. Human sacrifice by this bunch of grave-robbing lunatics. Raphael, who served as trade advisor to the Iraqi government from April to August of 2003, took particular issue with decisions by then Administrator Paul Bremer to launch de-Baathification of the country and disband Saddam Hussein's military. And I've smelled some of the people who live in that part of the world, and believe me, they need Baathification, not de-Baathification. They need to bath fast. What one needs to understand is that these decisions were ideologically based, she says. They're not based on analytical historical understanding. They're based on ideology. You don't counter ideology with logic or experience or analysis very effectively. She said political pressure on professional Foreign Service officers was huge and pervasive. The ideology has come to be called neoconservatism, and the whole belief that this would be an easy war, that we'd be welcomed with open arms, she put out. Remember the flowers and candy?
Oh, yeah.
That showed up just as quick as that pizza from Doughboys, the Pillsbury Doughboy. She insisted this view was cultivated by expatriate Iraqis who had their own agenda, which they tried to impose on U.S. officials. She said it became quickly obvious to her that the U.S. could now run a country that Americans didn't understand. We were a bunch of amateurs, largely, except for the engineers, and even they didn't have a professional means to interface with the Iraqis, so they were missing, she said. There was very much the sense that we were getting in way over our heads within weeks, way over our heads, drowning in a sea of incompetence and death and bloodshed and chaos. The U.S. diplomat said she believed the administration of Bush went into Iraq too soon. It should have waited until the U.S. was able to build an international coalition. But there were two pressures, she insisted. One was the clear political pressure, election-driven and calendar-driven. And the other one was the troops were deployed forward for Afghanistan. And to let that kind of fall back and then re-energize everybody is very difficult. But according to her, it was difficult for professional diplomats to express their views because of the administration's ideological enforcers present in the country. Oh, yes, there were political people round and about, she recalled. One had to be careful. Ooh, because if somebody wanted to stay alive, you just keep your yap shut. That's the way it works when you got a country run by a bunch of Nazis, a bunch of fascist lunatics, a bunch of Bible-thumping crazy people who say, choose life, and then they sacrifice thousands of people. Am I rambling or what?
No, it sounds great.
Now, let me go and read all those things about the toenail painting contest. I forgot that one.
Yeah. Please. Can't miss that.
Oh, there's so many important things going on. And if we knew that Hansen was coming to town, my God, we'd have postponed everything.
Like the hurricane would have been good.
We'd have postponed that Panther game in Pittsburgh. And by the way, the Penguins probably, too, because they haven't won a game yet. Don't forget, Panther preview at 7. The Panthers kicked the poor Penguins' ass 7:30 tonight with Geldy.
This is Neil Rogers. It's 30 a day plus gas.
Well, I rented a Lincoln
cash or credit.
And I drove up in the hills.
You want the insurance?
And to recall how it happened, well,
good luck.
It still gives me chills.
What a weirdo.
Followed my map of star houses.
Yikes.
And was shocked to see sitting on her front porch was Angelina Jolie. Well, I walked up like I knew her.
Hey, do I know you?
And I saw her hesitate.
Hey!
But the chloroform started working then for her. It was too late. Put her in my car and rolled the windows down. Now she was my queen and I made her a crown.
Take the stupid crown off me!
And I've got Angelina Jolie in my basement.
I'm in the basement!
And I think I'll keep her there with me.
Hello?
And charge her rent.
I'm not paying rent.
Well, I hope she don't mind. I hope that she'll find that she likes the cement.
I'm in the basement!
How wonderful life is with Angelina Jolie in my basement.
Let's be out of here!
Well, I'm schizophrenic, polar and manic, but I bet you'd give your last cent.
Help me!
To have Angelina Jolie locked down in your basement.
Don't hurt my dog.
I'll do it, mister.
Don't hurt Precious.
I'll hurt your dog, mister.
It puts the dog in the basket.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Yeah, we get it. 118. I got some good news. Miami International's open.
Really? Good. I can get the hell out of here.
Here I am sitting way the hell up here in Yenamsville, thank God. And I got my thumb on it because I got the internet. See, I got my power and I got a window and I got all of these things.
A window to the world?
The Miami International Airport Terminal building is open, but departures and arrivals will not begin until 5 p.m. Well, that's only like less than 4 hours from now.
Ooh.
And I have a feeling something may happen in Fort Lauderdale, too, but haven't had nothing on that yet. Never say never. They always say, oh, well, we're going to be closed the rest of the day for sure. Yeah, right. Commercial and cargo passengers should check with airlines to see if their flights are still on, because it'll be a limited schedule, said Trinae Floyd, MIA spokeswoman. They should report to regular ticket counters at the airport, she said. So I'd call the airline. I'd find out who's naughty and nice. Miami International is open. Departures and arrivals begin at 5 in the p.m. tonight. Got it?
Got it.
And I got to say this. The Herald website is doing a good job. Better than the Sun Sentinel, which is very unusual, because usually the Herald website, just like their newspaper, sucks. It blows like the hurricane. Public school will be canceled at least through the end of this week in Dade and Broward counties. There's your bad news, George. Pain in the ass kids going to be home all week long, terrorizing you and driving you crazy.
Daddy, there's no food in the house. Daddy, what are we going to do, Daddy? Let's go for ice cream.
We got ice cream. The good news is, anybody out there that had ice cream in the freezer?
Yeah.
Now, you're not going to have to pop it in the microwave, which you couldn't anyway because you don't have no power. So
that's right.
But the good news is it will temper to that nice consistency that we all know and love, like moosh. There's nothing like ice cream moosh. Public school will be canceled at least through the end of this week in Dade and Broward counties, raising issues about the length of the school year and the schedule of Florida's high-stakes standardized tests, those tests.
Oh, my God.
Principals were still gauging hurricane damage to school buildings, but massive power outages and difficult road conditions convinced both districts to scrap the entire week. They're scrapping it. You got it?
Got it.
Dade and Broward. Nearly every school is without power, said Joseph Garcia, spokesman for Dade Superintendent Rudy Crew. Initial damage reports were surprisingly light for a region that sustained massive trauma to homes and businesses. Well, maybe God left the schools alone.
Maybe.
Because he does work in mysterious ways. In Dade, a wall collapsed at Henry H. Filer Middle School in Hialeah. Maintenance offices in North Dade and Coral Reef sustained serious wind and water damage, which will slow repairs elsewhere. In Broward, Blanche Ely High School in Pompano Beach lost its gymnasium roof. Cypress Bay High in Weston sustained major roof damage, and 8 new portables were severely damaged in Pembroke Pines. I wonder about the porta-potties around those construction sites.
Yeah, I could use one of those.
Man, we sure don't want them streets looking like New Orleans with all them things floating around. Your fat-ass governor said he wanted districts to try to juggle teacher workdays and holiday vacations to meet the 180-day school requirement. The worst-hit counties in last year's hurricane quartet were allowed to dip below that mark, but Bush said he wanted to avoid a repeat. We've definitely had experience dealing with that last year. He said it's the last option, frankly speaking. It was unclear whether Bush would consider letting badly damaged districts lay the hugely important Florida Comprehensive Assessment Test, the FCAT, which is scheduled to begin February 27. That test, well, we know what it does. After last year's storm, 12 of Florida's 67 counties took the test a week late, and 11 more took it 2 weeks late. Those districts ultimately scored better than the state average, because they probably found out from the other kids what the questions were. That always helps. Just write the answers on your sleeve, that's all.
It worked for me.
And just tell me you just saw the movie Memento and you're just trying to emulate Goofball. What was his name?
Oh, I don't know his name in the movie.
The actor.
Jack. Oh,
Pierce.
Damn it. Right,
Guy Pierce?
Guy, right.
Oh, what a guy. Man, I'm telling you, my memory is as sharp. Maybe because I didn't have to go through the trauma of that hurricane yesterday. That could be it.
I just went to the bathroom with a flashlight.
Did you really? Did you find it?
I did. And the flashlight, too.
I do that every day. List of Winn-Dixie, Publix, and Home Depots that are open. Here you go. Now, do we have all of these or not?
I don't know. Why don't you read them and we'll compare.
Some Winn-Dixie, Public, and Home Depot stores are open. Most Publix stores were open by this morning in locations south of Boca to Pembroke Pines. With some exceptions, a company spokeswoman said information about stores south of Pembroke Pines to the Keys was still being gathered. Customers may see shortages, that's a good one, may see shortages of perishable goods that were affected by the power loss. And what about bottled water? This might be a shortage of that. For information about open stores in your community, call 1-800-242-1227. I think you gave that number out. 1-800-242-1227. Winn-Dixie, the following Winn-Dixie stores are open. I'm going to bite my tongue just like you were in another place.
Yeah.
6500 West 4th Avenue in Hialeah. 6500 West 4th in Hialeah. 5850 Northwest 183rd in Miami. 3980 West 18th Ave in Hialeah. 1201 East 10th Ave in Hialeah. 948 Southwest 67th Ave in Miami, 14655 Southwest 104th Street, Miami, West 48th Street and 16th Ave in Hialeah. Home Depot, most Home Depots are open, powered by a generator, spokesman said. Thank God for that. Thank God for them. So get your generator, get a bunch of batteries, get your battery-operated radio. If you're listening on somebody else's radio right now or in the car, who knows? God only knows, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, God!
If FPNL is really going to come through in the next 4 weeks and get your power turned back on. Except, of course, in areas where their people live. Always a good idea to make sure that somebody in your neighborhood is a big shot at FP&L, and boy, that power comes back just like that, like bingo.
Yeah, I'm a big shot.
Yeah,
no.
Not. Our goal was 375 on the pool today, and we got 375. I just looked at it. Holy moly, Rat Man. Man, talk about having your thumb right on it. So Miami International is open, starting at 5 this afternoon. Check with your airline, yada, yada, and a partridge in a pear tree. Now, I also have... now listen to this before I do that.
Okay.
Because I want to get in some meaty stuff. Because these people without the TV, they don't know what's going on in the world. And they're not buying no newspapers, because where the hell are they going to go and buy a newspaper, right?
Right.
Unless maybe in the old vending box. Or maybe at your... probably not. I was going to say maybe your gas station Quick Mart or whatever. They used to have papers there.
Right.
But I don't think they're going to have them either. In fact, most of those places won't have power, and they won't be open either. Senate Majority Leader Bill Frist was given considerable information about his stake in his family's hospital company. According to records that are at odds with his past statements, lies, that is, they didn't know what it was in his stock holdings. That is so unbelievable. Managers of the trust that Frist once described as totally blind regularly informed him when they added new shares of HCA Inc. or other assets to his holdings, according to these documents. In other words, it's in black and white, it's on paper. Liar, liar, your fist is on fire. Since 2001, the trustees have written to Frist and the Senate 15 times detailing the sale of assets from the contribution of assets to trust of Frist and his family. The letters included notice of the addition of HCA shares worth $500,000 to $1 million in 2001, HCA stock worth $750,000 to $500,000 in 2002. The trust agreements require the trustees to inform Frist and the Senate whenever assets are added or sold. Kenneth Clark, a law professor at Washington University in St. Louis, said she was surprised that Frist had ever claimed before the summer's liquidation that he might have owned no HCA stock. Did he say that? What was he thinking of, she asked. How did he know to tell the trustee to sell the HCA stock if he didn't know he had it in the first place?
Yeah.
There's a profound question for you. Oh, I don't know if I got any stock in, General Motors, but, hey, be sure to sell all my GM stock. Boy, what did I tell you about that deck of cards, and you were a little reluctant there because, we've been led down the garden path so many times. This is it, man. The cards are falling. It's like those dominoes at Domino Park. They're just plinking down. They're like Plinko on Price is Right. They're tinkling and plinking down without a flashlight. 380 votes on the poll. It's pretty impressive, wouldn't you say?
I would.
Nobody reading those stories. And I'm learning a lot today about where our audience is. I mean, we do have the hits that we get from around the world, but they're not reading the bedtime stories.
No.
They probably live in places where they have, real newspapers. 42 people, food, water, ice, and other hurricane supplies, have read that already. Now, what does that tell you? That means that there's 42 people listening to the show who are in town who have power.
Well, where?
Yeah, if you have power, call up the station, and everybody from the station will come over and eat your food and just make them and do a number in your house.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
B.
Well, 32 at 560 WQM, Eddie K for the Mowmeister for the new and improved Mow at 2, and then we got Mad Dog at 4, and then Panther stuff, Panthers and Penguins. Miami International, again, is open at 5 this afternoon. Call your airline, call the airport, call for Philip Morris.
Call your mama.
Fort Lauderdale closed it all day. They got issues. Now, I got it for Broward. I wish I had this for Dade. Like I said, the Sun Sentinel is doing a much better job than they. Well, they're both doing their best, okay, under very difficult conditions, wouldn't you say? That's a good excuse.
Sure, good enough.
Pompano Beach. This is city-by-city damage reports from Broward. Got it? Got it. Pompano Beach. Heavy flooding in the southwest section. Extensive damage to high-rises on the beach. About a dozen cars overturned. Trees blocked the roadway. Charter fishing fleet at Hillsborough Inlet was destroyed. Pompano Air Park had heavy damage to hangars. About 20 planes flipped over. City Hall closed till further notice. Debris pickup expected to start today. Utilities, widespread power outages. Pompano Beach under a boil water notice. When in doubt, boil it out. Hollywood. Flooding minimal. Do you have any flooding?
Well, no, not really.
Damage. Numerous trees, power lines, and traffic signals were down, and George's house is a mess.
Yeah.
City Hall. A firefighter was hurt when a fire truck hit a down power line on Harrison Street in A1A about 2 p.m. The 54-year-old firefighter taken to Memorial Hospital with a fractured pelvis and other injuries. The back end of the fire truck, the ass end, was ripped off. Residents could pick up ice and water at Oakwood Plaza, Dave & Buster's parking lot between Sterling and Sheridan Street, east of I-95. All non-essential government services suspended till further notice. A volunteer telethon for Katrina victims on Thursday may be canceled. Let's have a telethon for survivors of Wilma.
Sounds good.
A Hollywood Tourism Summit on Wednesday may also be canceled. The city, Hollywood's under a boil water notice. Trash pickup resumes Thursday. Miramar, no flooding. A man was transported to the hospital after roof collapsed on him early Monday. The Lakeshore Park Tennis Complex engulfed by fallen trees Monday. City Hall and Parks and Rec services will be closed at it today in Miramar. Garbage pickup resumes today. A special pickup for storm-related debris starts November 3. Community bus service will operate on schedule, 7:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Curfew enforced from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. until further notice in Miramar. Water and sewer systems are working. Coral Springs. Minor flooding. Substantial damage to roofs caused by trees and wind. Debris, utility poles blocking intersections and roadways. Down power lines and dangling over the roadway and intersections, said City Manager Michael Levinson. City Hall closed today, expected to be open tomorrow in Coral Springs. Widespread power outages. Traffic signals at major intersections have blown down. Fort Lauderdale, no flooding. Windows have been broken in buildings throughout the city, especially in downtown. City Hall closed till further notice. Power outages almost 100% citywide on Monday, said Mayor Jim Noggle. He's a crazy person. We haven't found anybody with electricity. He said water mains are broken too. Boil water is in effect. Boil water. Order.
Well, I have an update that South Beach power has been restored south of 50th Street.
Oh, my God. Hallelujah. Bastards. Well, you're just full of good crap today, aren't you?
Yeah, by the way, I'm getting a ton of calls. Can we say the gas stations again?
We will momentarily. Hold your water, but we sure oughter. Well, no, that's more important. I'll just make a here before Hallandale Beach, because nobody in Hallandale is under the age of 100 anyway. So what are they worrying about? Okay, go ahead. What do we got?
The gas stations. Sitco's at 72nd Street and 87th Avenue. I presume these are Dade County locations.
Now wait a minute. What do you mean you're getting a ton of calls? You're answering the phones?
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
No, not for me. It's hot, I'm sweating, and I'm answering the phone, and I'm hungry.
Yeah, we're hungry. Too late for us, though. I'll have to grab something on the way home, like maybe a Twinkie.
I could go in the kitchen right now and get something to start, just to make you even more aggravated.
Yeah, could you get some brats on for us?
Okay, I'll get some brats on the on my flavor wave. Okay, now go ahead. Sorry.
Delicious.
Gas stations. This is important stuff, and we're clowning around.
This
Go
is
ahead.
all we have so far, of course. 72nd and 87th Avenue, 72nd Street and 62nd Avenue, 56th Street and 67th Avenue. Those are all Citgos. What else? Gas. I'm looking through here for gas. Mobile gas station, US 1 and 57th Avenue. And that's it.
I have one. I have the Dolphin Gas on the southwest corner of the overpass on 441 and 95.
I'll guarantee a lot of people, speaking of Dolphins, got gas at that game. Now, let's see. They do have a listing. I'm printing this out on the Sun Sentinel. You think the Herald has got a listing for gas? Because it sounds a little bit too much like ass, and they might get upset. They're very goody two-shoes over there at the Herald. Let's see if they got listed for gas. One moment, please.
I'd play some filler music, but, you know.
I'll play some filler music, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Don't see it. So like I said, the Sun Sentinel is sure doing a stellar job. South Florida's got plenty of gas, but no electricity for pumping, it says here. Motorists looking to fill up their tanks faced a tough challenge this morning in the Tri-County area, though at least one Chevron station on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach was up and running. See, there's the Sun Sentinel again, pandering to Palm Beach County. Nearly all gas stations contacted by phone, however, couldn't get their gas pumped from storage without electricity from FB&L, Florida Power, and Loot. We have plenty of gas but no power, said Mohammed Hedri, who runs a mobile station at 1001 North Federal Highway in Boca. In a common refrain at gas stations, that's the big damage. No lights, so we have no gas to pump, no computer. Still, he said he was selling snacks, cigarettes, and other goods from his mobile station convenience store even without electricity. Can you please call me back? He said we have a big line of customers, and they all want Parliament lights. FPL was continuing to restore power this morning. What does that got to do with gas? South Florida had plenty of gas at the pumps and storage terminals Monday, but pumping it was often impossible because of power outages. No electricity, no gasoline, said Jim Smith, president of the Tallahassee-based Florida Petroleum Marketers and Convenience Store Association, which includes gas stations. There are some locations with generators to pump gas, but for most of our members, that's a huge investment. Still, at gas station managers like Osman Chowdhury, who runs a Texaco station at 1600 East Oakland Park Boulevard, were anxious about when they get their electric back. See, I probably shouldn't even read these because that's not a place that's got it, okay?
Right.
He says, if I don't get power by tomorrow, I can't even come to the store because I won't have enough gas in my car. He says he lives in Coconut Creek. And it goes out about they're losing money like crazy. I was thinking maybe in this article somewhere it had but it didn't. Don't and won't. How do you like that? So now the price is down. It's a real bargain, and they got plenty of it. You just can't buy it. They can't pump it. And, boy, I'll tell you one thing. It's a sad day when you can't pump it no more.
I also have the first gas station that I've heard in Broward. This one's in Pompano. It's a Marathon gas station on Southeast 5th Court and Cypress Road. I think a guy just called and said they're doing container only. Like, they'll pump it in your container,
That's
not
okay.
in your car.
They'll pump your container. They'll pump it, and then they'll spill it in your container. And, by the way, I know it's Marathon, and it's some of these other off-brands. I don't want to mention Citgo. This is not the day to be picky about what brand of gas you're going to put in your car.
Yes,
okay?
lovely. No,
I just mentioned that because I know that there are some people that are very, very picky about stuff like that. For example, I wouldn't put none of them off-brands in my Corvettes, but then again, I'm not there, and I'm worried about filling up my tanks, and so tanks a lot. You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
I'm saying on the poll we got 393 votes. Our goal is 400, by the way, by 2 o'clock. I just made that up, but we got 393, so we got a shot, right?
Yes, we did.
And believe you me, these people that are like going the extra 9. So if anybody else, I wish they'd call you in with some food places because all we got so far is the couple of places that you read, plus that pizza joint that still is obviously not going to send you guys any food today.
No.
Well, wouldn't you think that somebody would have brought you by some food today?
You had to thunk something, but it didn't happen.
Jesus, boy, I mean, it's not bad enough they're not bringing food to Josh at the ball games up there in the stadium. Maybe the excuse will be they can't get up there or they don't care about the stinking Marlins or whatever it might be. But right there at WQAM with a Kentucky Fried Chicken sign in our parking lot and Pollo Tropical just a couple of doors down and Mickey D's just right next side by each stand.
That's under construction anyway.
It is?
It has been, yeah.
Oh, no wonder all the people, like I said, no wonder the people in that area are so hungry.
This is Neil Rogers.
That's exactly what I said.
This is 560 QAM.
The sky is falling.
then lay it. It seems all you gotta do is just ask CNN, yeah.
Who wipes his ass with sand with the Taliban man? Boys, girls, but don't wear pants, that's the Taliban man. The Taliban man won't take a bath, got a smelly butt crack filled with sand.
I found this new whole world, so that big and that are speakers. I raise my hand like chinchilla, my favorite when I call Larry.
Who's a filthy, stinky man? It's the Taliban man.
You fail.
Has a butt crack filled with sand. It's the Taliban man. Here's a bomb for the Taliban in Afghanistan.
2,000 dead American troops in Iraq. We reached that golden number today, 2,000. Anybody worked up into a frenzy about it? No, they don't care. 146 at QN, 14 minutes before Eddie K does the fill-in for the old Mo show. Mad Dog at 4, Panther preview at 7, Panthers at the Penguins, 7:30. Eddie K scheduled for after that again. Maybe he'll do double duty. Or maybe
No,
not.
he's not.
Who's doing 10:30?
I don't know.
You got?
I got.
He's probably Stu Gott's brother. Or maybe Stu Gotts is coming over and begging to be on this station, on a real radio station. Hey, we saw those numbers, Stu. They were not stupendous, okay? Got some Howard Stern news, speaking of radio.
Oh, gee.
Goodbye, Howard Stern. Hello, David Lee Roth and Adam Carolla and CNN Radio News and Jack FM. Infinity Broadcasting, finally revealing its plans to replace the self-proclaimed king of all media, announced a new morning drive time lineup today of assorted hosts for its 27 soon-to-be former Stern stations. Rather than turning away a single replacement, Infinity offered a variety of names for different markets. The biggest belonged to ex-Van Halen frontman David Lee Roth and comedian Carolla. Roth, who appeared Tuesday morning on Stern's nationally syndicated show to announce the move will start in January on WXRK, K-Rock New York, WBCN in Boston, WYSP Philadelphia, WKRZ in Pittsburgh, WNCX in Cleveland, WPBZ in West Palm, and KLLI in Dallas. Carolla, known for his comedy work on The Man Show and Loveline, takes over the Infinity stations in L.A., San Diego, Phoenix, Portland, and Las Vegas. When we set out to find a replacement for Howard Stern, we took the opportunity to cultivate a wide array of talent from both in and out of the radio industry, said Joel Hollander, Infinity's chairman and CEO. Stern is on the air through the end of this year before it makes the leap from terrestrial radio to Sirius satellite radio. Infinity stations in Sacramento, Buffalo, New York, and Fresno will replace Stern by switching to the Jack FM format, which features an expanded playlist of hundreds of songs, but with no disc jockey. Radio on the real dirt cheap. A dozen other Infinity stations have replaced Stern with anything from talk radio to Tim Warner Inc.'s CNN Radio News. Rover, a disc jockey heard in Ohio, will expand his show out of Chicago, Detroit, Cincinnati, Memphis, and Rochester, New York. Washington-based morning host The Junkies will add Baltimore as an outlet, and WOCL in Orlando will feature the team of Drew and Mel, while KXBT in Austin will air Star and Buck Wild. Oh, they're driving me wild, I'll tell you that. How you like that?
Okay.
So how many people is it taking to replace Howard?
About 30, man.
Now getting back to the list, okay? Because don't have time to diddle around.
Speaking of the list.
Yes?
The Citgo on 72nd and 87th is out of gas now.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Damn all. Well, go over there and buy some chips or something.
And as far as the food places go,
yes,
I've got 2 calls. The only 2 things I've heard is open. The Char Hut on 595 in Pine Island.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I heard there's a huge line, but it's open. And up north on Atlantic Avenue and Jog Road in Delray, there's a Ho Ho Chinese.
Ho Ho?
Ho Ho.
Yo Yo.
I'll be damned. Well, yo, let's go to Ho Ho. What do you say?
Word.
No.
No.
Oh. Hallandale Beach. Significant damage to trailer parks, many power lines and traffic signals down. Some reports of minor injuries, including a resident cut by flying glass, but no major injuries or deaths. Flooding minor. Water and sewer service okay. City Hall closed today. Lauderdale Lakes, no flooding. Reports of roof damage to shopping centers. A decision's not been made yet when they're going to reopen City Hall and Lauderdale Lakes. Complete power outages. Lauderhill, no flooding. Widespread wind damage, including roofs that were destroyed in residential areas. No decision been made when to reopen City Hall in Lauderhill. Widespread power outages. Only areas in West Kenlark and St. George neighborhoods have a boil water order. Ice and water be distributed at City Hall Park. Residents asked to put hurricane debris at the edge of the street. Margate, minor flooding. Let's see. Wilton Manors, no flooding. Damage minor in residential areas. City Hall lost part of its roof over the commission chambers. That's because God's probably got a message for those commissioners. City Hall closed today. Boil water. Widespread power outages in Wilton Manors, which sounds kind of gay to me. Oakland Park, flooding minor. Roof blew off one apartment building on Northwest 21st Ave. 26 people homeless moved to an American Red Cross shelter. Roof collapsed at the Mai Kai restaurant, 3550 North Federal Highway. Roof collapsed at Christ Lutheran Church, 1955 East Oakland Park Boulevard. Mai Kai restaurant they have?
Oh, no. What
Well,
about
that sounds Polynesian to me, doesn't it?
Sure. That's,
Wow.
You know the Mai Kai. They have the Flaming Baton Act and all that, the Dancing Girls.
Oh, the Mai Kai on Federal High. What am I thinking about? It had a brain fart. How soon they forget. Yeah, it's been there 100 years. City Hall closed today. Boiled water ordered. Down power lines. Widespread power outages in Oakland Park. Pembroke Pines. Flooding minimal. City Hall had windows blown out, and an art exhibition inside was damaged. The Public Services building was also damaged. Many trees uprooted, streetlights and power lines down. Airplanes overturned at North Perry Airport. City Hall open on a limited basis today. Water and sewer services okay. Well, we know that. Dania Beach, part of the fire department roof peeled off in high winds, flooding minimal, a boil water order in effect. City Commission meeting for tonight's been canceled. Free ice and water at City Hall sometime today. Beach and parks closed till further notice. Weston, flooding minimal. Many roads will be impassable for the next day or so. Some underground water breaks and low water pressure, no injuries or deaths. Some of the city still has power in Weston. Well, let's all jam into a SUV and go to Weston. What do you say?
All right, I'll drive.
West Park. Let's see. It seems to me I'm missing something on here. Did we ever get to Plantation? Oh, there it is. West Park, no flooding, down trees and power lines, boil water advisory in effect. Pembroke Park, officials unavailable reports of mobile home damage. City under a boil water notice. Cooper City, police have put a four-way stop sign in major intersections when power is out. Cooper City Sports Complex scoreboard demolished, as was the City Hall marquee. No major injuries reported. Commission meeting canceled tonight, maybe. Residents may pick up ice water and food at Brian Piccolo Park. The hours to be to TBA. North Lauderdale, flooding minimal. One of the city's two fire stations lost its roof. Trailer park communities, widespread devastation. Two mobile home parks heavily damaged. Residents can stay at the shelter at Park Lakes Elementary. A decision whether to open City Hall is pending. Complete power outage, all life stations down, and water plants on generators. 2 truckloads of ice and water available at Kimberly Boulevard and State Road 7 and Hampton's Pines Park, 7800 Hampton Boulevard. That was starting at noon. They're open now. Parkland, no flooding. Extensive sign utility pole, tree damage. Some damage reported to private homes. City Hall closed today. Boil water order. Widespread power outage. Plantation, no flooding. Down trees and power lines have blocked the roadway. City Hall is open today. Boil water in order in effect. Widespread power outage. Davie. Trees blocked the back entrance to Pine Island Park, and bleachers were overturned. Basketball courts, roller hockey rink, pool recreation center appeared to be okay. It says nothing else. Tamarack, no flooding. Extensive roof damage to private homes and businesses. Widespread damage to fences and trees. City Hall closed today and tomorrow. And widespread power outages. Boil water order in effect in Tamarack. Got all of that? Were you writing it down?
Oh, yeah, right.
Good. I think we passed along some fairly useful information and probably some useless also. As you know, we're doing the best we can. 154 QAM.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
They put the lemon in the Pepsi and they took it back out. They put the lemon in the Pepsi, but it's not there anymore. They put the lemon in the Pepsi and they took it back out. They put the lemon in the Pepsi and betrayed me when they took it out. I say, Mommy, I don't like it with the lime. I said, Mommy, I feel a lot less like the woman. Mommy, yeah, I haven't felt this sad, Mommy, since they discontinued Tab. They put the lemon in the Pepsi and they took it all away. They put the lime in the Pepsi, but it doesn't taste the same. I used to drink lemon Pepsi with my thing between my legs, and I would hobble in my heels and twinkle down, and I drink wine. Mommy! I figure like this. Maybe Dr. Pepper would be better. Mommy. Dr. Pepper. I'd be a pepper too. Doctor. Busy used to get me dizzy. Mommy. Doctor. I cannot find a movie grape. Sometimes I wish I was straight. They put the lemon in the Pepsi, but they took it all away.
Bye, bye, bye.